it's just us.
I'm like, let Emily slip up. Let her slip up. I guarantee I did my last three.
I ran and winded.
You ran like 30 steps.
Shane!
Alright, let me get the rest
out of
the
shape
crew.
and sick.
Alright guys, I think we're ready.
Let's bring them in one at a time.
To the table.
You got the first one. It's Justin playing Ketra.
What up? I'm Justin. I'm playing Ketra. He's about to
Coming in is our tiniest, our most amazing, our most chaotic Blythe, played by Becca.
We need to have like a
Ooh, Blythe taking that first chaotic hit.
No, I can't play.
Wow.
Where's your stool?
Shane, where's my stool?
In the kitchen, in the dining room. Make sure other people don't see
got it.
It's underneath my clothes on the dining room. Putting it.
I'm not going to introduce anybody else because all the important people are done.
No, it's fine. I'm going to start here in a second and start, you know.
I'm here. I'm clear. Get used to it.
Hello, welcome. I'm glad you could join us. Welcome to the Friends of Dorothy.
I have to bring the chair in.
Can I have my dice out of Becky's dice box?
Can I put it over to where you get it?
This is what you're looking for.
Like the one
These are
Those are not yours. These are my dice.
Take what you need.
Those are mine. You left all the weight on me.
Well, yeah.
Where's my wine?
I'm here just aesthetically.
Was this your wine cooler?
Yes.
My phone charger got brought in.
It's
How
Justin's wine cooler now.
You can have it, Aaron.
Oh,
You're welcome.
Before you sit down.
Oh, Justin, you're so kind.
Look, nice. Yay.
Those aren't for you. Those are for
I know,
giveaways.
but I can't reach it because I'm sitting here.
Those are for
What if I
people.
win the giveaway?
No.
I wonder what a bullet tastes like.
Same.
Probably,
you go half
probably very
down
similar
and
to
then you
lead.
go
I have a gun, but my friend had to take it away from me for obvious reasons.
Okay, can we make sure that I didn't move Shane out of frame?
You didn't move me out of frame. You just moved it a little too far over to the window.
Okay, so wall now.
So point it a little bit towards
Wait,
Jackson.
our camera's wrong. Somebody fix our
To the
camera.
No,
window.
they're not.
To the wall.
Too far to Michael.
That
I'm
sounds
supposed
like
to
it.
be centered.
That sounds like it's perfect.
I want to play two.
You're in shot. I wanted to be
I want to play
centered.
two.
No, I'm sorry, did I not sound as enthused? I would also like to be included.
Anthony's adding you.
I completely forgot about it.
Adding you.
I'm gonna at you.
All right. So we live. How is
Do we have
everybody?
sound?
I don't know, is it twist?
We should.
I think so.
The board's on.
I turned it on. It was capturing.
My sound was on and I didn't hear anything. That's why I was questioning. But it was my phone.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Smile, Shane.
What?
Smile.
Why?
You seem
Can I
upset.
scoot over this way a little bit, or am I gonna be like too far?
You are perfectly set where you need to be.
As a white male, Michael, you can't tell people to smile.
I just discussed this with Aaron. I'm a rainbow male.
True.
You're not.
Okay, I'm leaving. I'm not gonna stay here and take
You
this
need
with
to.
you.
You need to be very careful in the D&D community right now. It's scary. I don't want to be part of it anymore.
I'm still a minority. I might be a white male, but I'm still a minority.
Right now, I feel like white male, like gay white male, is pretty big of a group right now. So.
It's one of the visually not minority statuses to be, but it is still a minority.
But are you?
Am I gay?
We have 3 gay males at the table right now.
You.
Ooh.
I assume the shot was fired at me.
He's a baby.
So how is everybody?
You know, we're here.
Yeah, you know.
I'm wearing a blood sport shirt.
Are you still queer? You almost said it again.
I did almost say it again.
So I'll ask, but I already know it's gonna go. Michael, you want to go ahead and give the recap? Get that inspiration dice.
Oh, you're catching on.
Hey, you're gathering how this works.
But you get an inspiration dice for doing the recap?
Sure do.
You get a D8 of inspiration.
All right.
It's not worth doing.
Last time we played, we ran through an obstacle course, and you know, some goofy things happened, and yeah, there we go. That was it. We tried to figure out how to heat the phoenix egg, realized it was very difficult, and we weren't really sure what to do, and we were supposed to actually leave it in the ashes, and guess what we didn't do? Leave it in the ashes. So, you know, we kind of doomed this phoenix egg to die, but I think you stuck it in your... What'd you do with
I
it?
stuck it in the brazier, and now they're taking it
Right.
back to the ashes of the
Correct, they're taking it back to the ashes, yes.
your fire
Mikey.
giant, fire elemental, and insect.
Correct. We discussed some information about where we were headed, and we were told the Blackstad Druidic clan lived over near the Cloudstep Mountains, which is close to Locke, where we were trying to go. We talked to someone named Seraphina who told us about Eagle Riders over there, as well as potentially someone we can connect with to help us find Locke. And have some story about her and Eric disappeared or something.
Which we all agreed Eric died.
Yeah, we decided Eric died. I don't know.
Eric is Seraphina's husband. Or fiance.
We also learned about the Johannes brothers, who moved in a few weeks ago, and
We talked to them.
they work on a farm.
Kevin, Joe, and Nick?
Yeah,
Keep forgetting
and Frankie.
Keep forgetting Frankie.
He's the forgotten Jonas brother.
He's the bonus Jonas.
I'm not quite sure what that happened.
He's the bonus
Johannes. I'm not really sure what the point of the Johannes brothers were. I know we talked to them, but I didn't write any notes about them, so I'm guessing they weren't that
They were
important.
the farmer people that we went to.
I think they were
the
actually
house
really
people.
important.
Yeah, they helped us out and pointed us towards the stuff.
I think Shane's about to quit D&D.
No, the Johannes brothers were in Blythtopia.
What'd you guys talk to them about? Where were they from?
Blythtopia is the place.
They're from one of the weren't they from the Ember Isles that blew up and they managed to get onto
they're from
the ship before they
Nope.
came? They were on a ship before. They were the only
Big
survivors.
mountain
of,
range to the west. There you go.
but they were the only.
Oh, yeah, because they said there's thick fog at the bottom of the tier mounts, and people started disappearing near the Sapphire Sea. They heard screams and ran for 3 to 4 months ago, took a wagon across the water as a boat and arrived here.
Faberlinks.
There you go.
Correct. There we go. And then we teleported and ended up at the base of the Cloudstep Mountains. The end.
And now we have to find our way to
Locke.
Lock.
Yeah.
So we have a choice. We either need to go...
or Lock.
Lock. Like
Oh, okay.
So we either need to go find the Druids, or we need to go and
How many days do you have till the tournament
find the
starts?
Eagle Riders. Currently, nope. The tournament
Never?
starts on the... I need to write this date down or highlight it.
12?
So we looked it up last time. It starts on what date? Shane wouldn't read one of those online to me the
November
other
month,
day.
right?
Yeah, but I like her. You forget that part.
There's a specific date. I asked him to read it to me online. I told him to pull one out and read it to me and tell me what it said.
He did. I said no. When we were streaming another game and I was sitting in your seat.
You were eating my chocolates?
No.
No, I asked him to.
I was just
and
digging
to read
through
me a
your
Dove Fortune. He realized how much.
You got cookies and stuff in there too.
Oh, I have nothing for you.
So,
I'm trying to find the date for you so I know for sure.
Say
We were
nice.
3 days
Yeah.
ahead of time. when we left.
What did
I
it
can-
used to say before
I
you...
can tell you the current date is the 15th of whatever month we're in. I think
it
the
goes
tournament
by-
starts the 27th.
and it goes by 3 days, is how we decided the month.
So I think it's the 27th.
There was a date in which you had to be finished with the trials by.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's the 27th. I don't know. I'm trying to find it.
What's today's date?
The 15th.
In-game.
15th.
So I was right, 12. It was like my 4th or 5th guess, but I was
Sure.
right.
Oh, Blood Moon is to last 7 days of the month, so the 24th through the 1st. So we can be anywhere between the 24th and the 1st.
The trials must be completed
by the 24th to the 1st.
Okay, so we have to
It started on the 24th and it ends on the 1st.
Got it.
I'm just
So-
here.
So we have until the 1st.
Currently nestled in the base of the Cloudstep Mountains, long rolling fields of green stretched out before you. Some of you never seeing fields like this for the most part. The rolling hills and small breeze rolling by. The
Very small. Very
There's occasional crashes heard in the distance of thunder and lightning as you see a small storm gathering just at the far end of your vision. See lightning arcing throughout it here and there. You see some wild horses running by. Seems to be a rather temperate plains area. It's warm, but it's not hot. It's just kind of comfortable with this soft breeze.
So, who is more viable to go search for, the Eagle Riders or the Druid Clan? Do we have any more information on either the Eagle Riders or the Druid Clan past where they're generally located?
We didn't get a lot of information. Just
We only in like the southern portion, right?
You're in the southern portion, but you do not see the end of the mountain range.
We know that
Going which way?
South.
Okay.
So the mountain range is huge. It goes literally up the whole continent,
but
and you don't see the base of it. Like, so it would come to an end, and that's where the Black Stag Valley is. You don't see this end of the mountain range. The mountain range continues on as far as you can see.
Locked is where? At this Black Stag?
No, Loch is somewhere within the Locharian chasms and the
In the mountain.
and the plains that are here. No,
Oh, okay.
in the plains, somewhere out there.
we were told by Harry in town that they would have a temple of Pelor near them, and it would likely be a place that she would have been able to land. So it should be.
Temple of Pelor in Lock? Or
Well, there is one in Loch. I think we were told that, but they said the Black Stag Druids would have a temple of Pelor as well.
okay. Do we know about in what general direction the Black Stag the Druids are?
Somewhere along the southern border of the mountains.
And,
It's where the mountains fall to the sea.
okay. And then what about the
The Black Stag,
Riders?
the Black Stag Canyons is the only other pass through of the Cloud Steps other than the Chestian Pass.
How far away do we know how far away the Black Stag are? Okay.
You guys have no idea where you are on this mountain range.
Oh, that's right. We just appeared wherever the dragon landed. So far as the Eagle Riders, do we know of what general area they're in relation to the mountain range? We just know that they're around somewhere.
Yeah, we weren't told a lot of information about them, just that they existed.
When I'm looking around from wherever we appeared from the dragon, do I see anything?
You guys climb down, so you're at the base of the mountain now.
Well, they jumped down.
Well, yeah.
Well,
You guys are at the base of the mountain now. So to your back, which would be the west side of this kind of open area that you're in, is a mountain range that climbs several hundred, if not 1,000 feet. You cannot see the top of it. It is clouded or covered within the clouds.
so behind us is west. That means
Yes.
we're looking
East.
west.
Which opens up to a massive field. You see a couple of occasional glens and glaives kind of scattered out.
On the other side of that field is the mountain range.
No,
The mountain range is behind.
yes. What's in front of you, if you were to walk for weeks, would be, or a week or two, probably two, would be an ocean. Eventually falls into an ocean.
The mountain range we're referencing is the one we're standing in front of. Okay. Do we know what direction the sea is?
The which sea?
North or south?
The south, I believe.
Okay. So I think the best
Do I still have?
idea of a known area we can go to would be to head towards the sea, going south, and eventually we should run into the druids. Is that correct? Based on the information we know.
That seems to be what we were given. Yes.
Are there any paths through this field? Any
One
you know,
second.
sorry.
I'm gonna send you guys a copy in the group chat of the map, and I'll post it out on Twitter too. There you go. You guys are somewhere located along the Cloud Step Mountain, the Cloud Step Range. You don't know exactly where, but you're somewhere on the Cloud Step Range.
Where did you make this at?
I don't remember. Some website Michael told me to use.
You made this?
Uh-huh.
All right, Michael, if you could send me this, that'd be awesome.
It's called
Cartographer something or other.
I'll look it up. It's like ink something. It's really great.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a grand library somewhere along this cloud step.
Uh-huh.
You built this, right? So all of these little cities and like buildings and stuff were accurately there.
If the,
For the most part.
you said the mountain range is to the west of us,
Yes.
so that would put us on this side of the mountains.
No, the mountain range is to the east of you, sorry. The mountain range is to your back. You guys are facing east into glens and forests and stuff like that.
So we're facing west.
You're somewhere in this area.
Okay.
You don't know exactly where, but you're somewhere in that
So the
range.
mountain range is to the east.
Yes, the mountain range is to your back to the east.
So we're facing west.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Also, it is the Frost Iron Mountains, not the Front Iron Mountains. I don't know how I messed that one up.
Oh.
Dyslexia is rough.
Also, it's just the word front.
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't say that word.
Front.
I'm moving on. So,
So let's figure out how to figure this
So,
out.
yeah, like I said, we should probably move south towards the sea. We'll run into the druids and let's go that way. Unless we know of anywhere else. Can we see like a beaten trail or path or anything like dirt? Anything? It's just straight up.
roll a survival check.
Get it, because I'm tiered. You want to add this one?
Wisdom.
Yes.
Unless you're proficient with it.
You know what? I'm proficient in random shit.
It makes it so much better having a paper.
18.
Looking around, you don't see any obvious human trails or paths. There are occasional animal trails that kind of go through here. And as you're kind of looking around, you do see occasionally some stones that kind of slowly fall from the mountain. Looking at them, you can see these large kind of grooves that are carved into them. You really can't tell what they are offhand without further investigation, but they're stones probably about this big that are kind of gathered and fallen down the side of the mountain with these long, drawn grooves in them.
Would our stone friend be able to identify that?
I mean, you could ask him.
Stone friend,
Yes,
would you be able to identify these markings on this rock here?
I can certainly attempt to, but I'm not really native from this plane, so. But
it look like
I'll take a look.
something that would happen just from that falling, or
You can't tell. You'd have to investigate it.
I'll take a look at him.
All right, investigate.
4.
Oh. 4? It's a really, really nice piece of granite. Has a soft kind of almost marbling of some greens and grays in there.
I'd like to dig my hand and be like, this is interesting.
See, destroys the piece of rock that you found.
did you figure anything out from that?
It's granite.
Is it, or is it just talking?
Thank
Is
you,
it-
Torok.
You're welcome. Is that not what you were looking for?
Yes,
Oh,
Looking
good.
north, do we
Good.
see anything in the distance?
I appreciate it.
Mountain range and some speckling of occasional little forest nodes and stuff like that.
Are we like in the middle of the forest?
No, you're further south in the forest. You're at the tail end of the mountain range. You can't really tell exactly where you are. You know you are south on the mountain range, but you can't tell exactly where on the mountain range you are.
We do know that the sea is south of us, and that the druids have a.
Do we sleep
Is it
before
a
coming
city?
here?
Is it a?
Yes, yeah, you guys take a long rest.
We did.
An
Okay.
outpost? What do the druids have south of us? There's
We don't know.
druids, living to the south, where this mountain range joins the sea. So.
We weren't given exact instructions as to where they were, just somewhere around here.
The black stags would be in that area. Just
This
drew
is
on
the
map.
what mountains are we at? We're at
Cloud Steps.
We're at Cloud Steps.
He said earlier that, like, we know that they're south towards the sea, so if we head south towards the sea, I'm assuming we would at least find some more evidence of
I think that's the best option.
I would agree that south is probably the best way to go.
So we start moseying south.
sea.
All right. Roll perception checks for me.
Everybody?
Yes. It has to do with sight.
Get advantage because he's
Oh my god, okay. This box is killing me.
Switch boxes.
8.
Be nice to my
I'm blaming
boss.
the box. I'm blaming the box. No.
I
It's mine.
also got an
Oh,
8.
nice. It's gonna warm up.
Oh wow.
6. We're doing great.
Hold on, wait. Perception? No, I got a
A 12.
10. Damn.
17. There we go. At least somebody's
You
visual.
know, he had us in the first half.
Looking around as you guys begin walking south, you do hear this occasional. You all kind of hear these occasional stones. It's a mountain range. Rocks occasionally shift and fall.
Yeah, that's right.
Solomon, though, as one of these other stones kind of falls and hits, it comes close to hitting the party, and it kind of actually just falls straight down. It doesn't have like a bouncing curve to it or anything else like that. And when you look, as the stone hits and implants in the ground, you do see this long drawn kind of talon mark of some sort into it.
That looks precise.
We killed this. Killed this. Over here.
You guys aren't there.
Got it.
So, does it resemble talon marks to anybody else?
Talon.
Are you wearing a mitten?
Yeah,
It's chilly.
I'm designing them for cats.
Kitten
Does your
mittens.
cat make too much noise all the time?
See, I know kitten mittens to use on psych patients. Those giant batted things so they can't hit each other.
Fair.
Then you put a spit guard on them, and then they're, completely immobilized.
Spit guard?
Uh-huh. A spit guard is a sack they put on people's faces so they can't spit on you.
It's a
What?
non-rebreather.
No, it sounds self-explanatory, but I'm glad I got the explanation.
It's like mesh. It's like netting.
My
They use
confusion
those
was,
for cops
I
use
haven't
those too, right?
seen that.
Oh, no. They don't offer them in the hospital. You guys are supposed to get spit on.
Like Wales has them in the hospital and the old people ward.
So,
I feel like they spit the most.
stone falls and kind of bounces, or the stone kind of hits, and it's implanted in the ground. It's probably about a decent-sized stone.
Any markings on it?
You two see these long kind of claw marks on them, or some sort.
So,
My phone's gonna die.
either we're being attacked right now, or
Wait. How are we being attacked if you just sat on a rock? You just sat on a rock. How are we being attacked?
Rocks fall all the time in the mountain range, bro.
Do you think someone's throwing the rocks at us?
They didn't bounce. The rock fell.
I'd like to look up and see if I can see anything.
Roll
so
perception
either
check.
we're being attacked right now, or somebody really wants our attention.
What would I roll to investigate the rock?
Nature.
12.
12. You look up and you don't see anything.
Shy.
Looks.
Solid gray mountainside, and occasional little
That
shrubbery and stuff
that
like
could
that.
have just been a rock falling. I don't see anything.
9.
Straight from the air?
Just looks like the rock got damaged. Maybe
It's like a crack.
it hit a piece of the mountain.
It fell straight down.
I feel like you being suspicious is very valid.
Let's keep walking. Do you want to walk?
This is
you wanna walk a
hype
little
man
farther away from
Ketra.
the mountain range? Should we walk a little bit that way?
I mean,
Let's walk a little bit that way.
if we're being aimed for, will it matter?
I mean, if we're being aimed for, we'll know they're aiming for us because the rock will usually not land farther away from the mountain if it's just rolling.
It's true.
So let's walk that way. Just a little bit.
So you start walking away from the mountain range. I need everybody to make a dex saving throw.
Great.
Oh,
Fun.
Do we know what's coming?
We all get. Everyone gets to add their bonus plus
So 7.
7.
7. Yeah.
What'd you get, Rebecca? Ooh.
Ooh, 6. 13.
Coming in.
what's 15 plus that?
22.
19.
Ventidos.
17?
18.
18.
Ventidos. 22.
So you two.
13.
You hear this kind of whooshing noise through the air, and as everyone looks up, you two engaged in conversation, the stone crashes down between you, hitting Blythe in the shoulder and hitting you in the shoulder, Torok, and then falling onto Blythe. You each take 13 points of bludgeon damage.
Oh, that's exciting.
Well, think we have our answer, you guys.
Okay, where's my marker?
Which one?
I don't know. I'm assuming
I didn't
you
touch
said
it.
you were sitting in my seat,
I
and
didn't
all
touch
my
it.
stuff's like out of my.
Did we heal last time?
everywhere.
Why have I taken damage already?
The obstacle course.
You guys took a long rest beforehand, I thought.
Yeah.
We should have.
Did you just not?
Did I take damage in teleporting?
No?
No.
Did you fall off the mountain?
Yep.
Takes me a minute.
Did Night Feather fall?
Except for, no, because him and they wanted to climb down.
No, I don't think you feather fall just off the mountain.
They did. He flipped the farther everybody else down the mountain.
Maybe it was the initial impact. I don't remember.
I remember. So the rock hits the two of you, falls down between you and the ground. You can see that there is these puncture wounds almost into the side of the rock. They're probably about this long or so.
Totally fine.
Are you okay?
She's got a little bit of blood like on the side of her head where the rock hit.
The ground's still on, right?
Yeah.
Take that.
Are you little Blythe or big Blythe right now?
I assume I'd be normal size, not normal, but like a people size.
Big Blythe.
Big Blythe.
Blythe has a ring or a bracelet now that she wears. When she takes it off, she reverts back to little Blythe. But normally she's like 5'4" now.
I thought we decided I was still little.
Oh, how tall are you?
I mean, like
Midget size.
It's like 4'11"?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like still tiny, but not
my
like.
sister's 4'10".
So she should still be in a car seat.
Yeah.
Oh no!
She's 20.
Oh no!
Sorry, I was
4'11". That's the magic number.
I was putting headings on my papers. You said there were like jagged spikes sticking out of it.
There's like puncture wounds in the side of it.
Could I pick up the rock and try to investigate the puncture wound, see if I can figure out anything from it?
Roll a nature check.
Well, meanwhile, by also being vigilant so I don't get smashed.
Club in the head again.
Blythe.
He's giving you guidance.
Blythe. Oh, okay. Blythe, can you look up and make sure I don't get hit with something else?
What am I looking at?
Make sure no more rocks hit me. I get plus D4.
Yeah.
15, 17.
17. Looking at them, and you kind of crack the rock a little bit, and you can see these long, kind of drawn marks in there. They're jagged, seem to be whatever it was strong enough to pierce through with a single kind of go. It's not like it's been sawed and rocked in. They're probably about this long or so on either side, and there's 3 on one side, and then 2 small ones that go into the top, almost like a hand or something that gripped into it.
Solomon, I think you're right. There's clearly something
I'm just saying.
stabbing into the rock and throwing it at us.
Deliberate.
Can you see anything up top?
Roll a perception check.
Deliberate.
Can we all look up now that you
Yeah, roll a perception check.
don't let me down? I said not to let me down.
19.
Don't you have guidance?
No. Do
She
I?
ain't a cleric.
I thought.
She a
I
rude.
thought.
It's only once. Michael, you rolling your perception check?
I wasn't sure I was going to because I was investigating it, but sure. No, it's not good.
Okay. Blythe?
I got an 8.
I didn't roll.
Okay. Looking up you two, the cloud coverage kind of comes down a decent way down the mountain. It's a couple hundred feet up, give or take. And you do see this motion in the cloud. You really can't see what it is, but it's almost like wings flapping. You see there's probably about 15 of them moving up there. As you see more stones beginning falling from the sky.
Can we tell how big they are?
Not from this height, not from this distance. You just see this ever so slight motion.
I'm gonna relay that to them.
It definitely looks like there's birds
Gee,
picking up rocks.
one of the last time we've met aggressive birds.
Should we go into the
No,
forest, you
we
guys?
met rocks that Adam was controlling.
Do you think they're atoms?
Yo.
They could be. Well, I feel like they wouldn't be throwing rocks at us.
Well, yeah, I don't think Adam's goal was to harm us.
No, it's I want to see the world.
I think we should then try to stay close to the mountain.
I think we should head into the forest
That could be a good choice.
because
Sorry, I didn't know there was a forest. I wasn't.
There's small, like little glens and glades.
But what if these are the Eagle Riders?
I feel like maybe we should hug the mountain.
they could be the Eagle Riders,
Wouldn't that be a
but
better
I thought
idea?
the Eagle Riders weren't. What is the word?
I could hide us into the rocks.
Not friendly. What?
I could make us look like rocks. I've done that before.
Go on.
I've done that before to you.
He has passed without a trace.
Oh,
Yeah. Merge with stoned. I basically pass without trace for once per long rest.
Let's see if that works.
How,
Right.
how long does it last?
I think for an hour.
I think it's an hour.
Long enough for us to
All
get
right.
down pretty far down the mountain, right?
Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast it.
Okay. So you guys get shrouded in kind of bits of dust and stone that begin floating above the group as you begin hugging the mountain range.
So we have to make stealth checks all for that.
Need you everybody make stealth checks. You get to add 10.
Add 10.
Add 10.
Yep. Just add
Hey,
10.
this is your last chance, and then you're going to jail.
Oh, aim at disadvantage.
But I'm not against you.
Oh, good. The 16 and 19.
Yeah, Fred, you were having that armor.
Yeah.
You and Solomon are at disadvantage.
18.
26. I am one with the rocks.
Also 18.
Hold on.
Oh, wait, I didn't have the 10. 23. 28.
I wasn't gonna question you immediately. I was gonna let it play out for a second, but
20.
Tier.
I forgot. I think it was like 25.
Okay.
It was above 20.
So you all get near the stone, and you occasionally see some more doof, 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 rocks kind of hit the ground, and then it slowly stops for a bit. That's a 17.
I see a 1.
17. The stones kind of begin to stop after probably about 2 or 3 minutes of you guys being near the rock and just continuing to head south.
Can we see the origin of where the stones were? If we look up.
Roll an investigation check. See if you can try and.
Can I assist?
Does anybody have a
Roll an advantage.
Okay. So with advantage, and guys, you want to throw an inspiration in there too?
I think they got it. I'll save my inspiration for like shit hitting the fan. But I do believe in you.
That's 17 plus 7.
17, so 24. So as you're kind of sitting there, everybody's slowly moving along this rock edge. I'm assuming you guys are moving at a slow pace.
Yeah.
You're not trying to boogie.
Stealthy.
So as you guys are kind of moving down the mountain range, Ketra, you're trying to keep an eye out. You start looking where Solomon and Tyr described that motion, and you see something kind of break from the clouds. Long drawn kind of black wings, a humanoid-ish form with long arms. The wings are kind of beating with the arms, and as it perches, you see this almost drawn face. It probably lands about 70 or 80 feet above you guys. Female anatomy for the most part, but the face is very narrowed and kind of sucked in cheeks, kind of a pointed nose and chin.
Yeah.
As it kind of, they kind of look for a minute.
Looking at me?
It's looking around,
Okay.
and you see a couple more starting to land around.
Alright, everyone be cool. What is it? I don't know. It looks like a lady. No. Like that Aerosmith song. Looks like a lady. What's an Aerosmith?
It's the guy that makes arrows.
It's a very old fish dog that looks like someone's Nana now. Wow. Steven Tyler looks terrible.
He also managed to survive like 75 years.
Oh, yeah. Well, he stopped doing drugs for a while.
Right, with
Did he?
who knows what amount.
He probably didn't stop doing drugs. He probably doing those drugs, and he probably started doing a whole lot of Xanax to keep this together.
Nothing happens. So I think it looks female in nature. It has wings. I don't know if they're bird people. But they don't see us.
Okay, then why are they throwing rocks at us?
Because we're on the side of the mountain.
A simple hello would suffice.
I don't think they can talk.
You hear and then another one lands. They kind of start climbing around the mountainside.
We should not on the mountainside anymore. Are they getting like closer to us?
They're just landing on the mountain. They seem to be looking around.
Okay.
You don't know exactly what they're doing, but
So out of here, y'all.
there's as you're sitting there, you see there's
Someone
probably,
memorize their song.
there's probably about 7 or 8 of them on the mountainside at this point.
Okay, great. Let's just keep going south. You right there? Do you need that toilet paper over there, bud?
No, I had something on the side of my nose.
I took the napkin because we don't have
Papa towels.
paper towels.
I was about to say, like,
Yeah. That was
See?
pointed out to me the other day.
The thing is, though,
Jack bothers her. She won't touch him.
no.
Is Buckley still in your attic?
Yes.
So I'm in the
I
car.
found him the other day. He scared me. I forgot he was up there.
I'll share the
thing
story
is,
of Buckley one
The
day.
napkin was right there, and the paper towels are over there.
That's fair.
So
No, it's fair.
So,
Can I cast tongues on myself?
Yeah.
To do what?
I want to hear what they're saying, at the very least.
What's the...
Do that?
Yeah, you understand any spoken language.
Okay.
But if it's not a language and they're speaking bird talk,
It's still a language. Avian's a language.
What is it?
Much to my disapproval, Avian is indeed a language for some reason.
that's
It's because beast isn't a language. So, like, understanding what wolves are saying to each other, that's not a language.
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
If you can do one, you should be able
you
to
had
do
to
the
take
other.
beast speech, which is a spell, which is a druid spell. But tongues, for some reason, can let you learn avian, which lets you understand what bird things are saying. And I'm assuming the only reason that's a thing is because Arakots are a race,
And so is the what's it
and so are these.
It sounds like a loophole I'll exploit.
It is indeed. You hear the first one that Catcher points out, goes, "They over here. We find them soon." And as they kind of land, they're like, there. They're just kind of talking to each other over and over. They do not seem to be in kind of an upper level thinking pattern.
And Solomon's like, nowhere!
So they're definitely looking for us.
What do they want with us?
Presumably they want
Roll. What's everybody's passive perception?
100.
That's a good question. We never used this.
Passive perception.
9.
10 plus your perception 10 plus your perception modifier.
14.
12.
9?
I have a -1 perception. Don't judge me.
14.
14, 12, 12, 12.
Mark it.
I know.
Blythe, you hear this kind of pulsing, kind of screech. And you see the big one kind of start looking, and they all are slowly starting to look towards where you guys are.
Are they bad people?
They have echolocation.
I think they found us. They did like this groupie thing, and now they're like all.
Maybe we should run.
Are we looking? Can I look and see that they're all looking at us?
They're all looking at you guys at this point.
Yeah, no, cheese it. Cheese it!
Did not like a
I'd
mistake.
like to run. Looking at.
Roll athletics checks.
Oh, looking good at that one.
Yes. As you guys also start to run,
Solomon, hell yeah.
Blythe starts flying, and Solomon whips out his carpet and starts to go.
I have a +8.
16.
I got an 11. Thorok's doing well tonight.
I'm not meant to move fast.
I got a 14.
Modded 20.
What's your carpet move speed?
60.
Okay. So as you guys begin to book feet, the pass without a trace would
Beat feet.
the
I like book of feet.
the pass without a trace fades as you guys are no longer attempting to be stealthy, and you begin running as you see these things start leaping off the mountain, opening their wings and begin flying.
Terrifying! Terrifying!
Probably about 100 feet or so as they begin swooping near the mountain range, and you see, well, roll perception checks. Solomon, you're good because you see 360 degrees. Is anybody looking back to see what's going on?
Yes. No.
I'm moving forward.
Nah, not at all.
So, 15 plus.
Okay. You two, as you guys are looking back as you're running, you see they're swooping into the mountain. You see them grabbing these massive stones and flying back overhead.
Yeah, that was definitely them throwing the rock.
trying to kill us? Why are you trying to kill us?
Serpentine! Serpentine!
They're able to understand me with tongues, right?
Yeah, they are. Cease this thought.
Hello there.
My name is Eric.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, could you not throw rocks at us?
Since you're in the back of the line there, Torok, what's your AC?
24.
It's going to be 1 hit,
Oh no.
2, 3, 4 hits.
Oh no.
Oops.
Oof, keep running.
12, 19, 23,
Can you stop now? You can stop. It's okay.
36 points of bludgeon damage.
Oh.
As you guys are running, you see Torog just, these fucking rocks, huge pieces of granite just breaking on him as he just keeps on moving.
If a large amount of lightning were to somehow appear next to these birds, what would happen?
It depends on what the spell says.
So, what you're saying is they're hitting me with earth.
Yes, they're
So you
hitting
know-
you with rocks.
It's resistance to earth?
Do you have that active?
Yeah. It's bludgeoning.
it is bludgeon damage. It's not
Don't let
force
me pull
damage.
that one. Don't let me pull that one.
Is it not bludgeon damage? Because they're.
No, it's bludgeon
It's
damage.
bludgeon
It was earth damage.
Can I hold
Yeah,
my
there's
action
earth
to
in him.
rage until the sun, for some reason, is just blotted out of the sky?
Yeah, that's what you're aiming for.
Yeah, a rock's about to come towards me. I'm a rage.
You want to Spartan this?
These aren't rocks though. I thought these were.
They're throwing boulders at us.
Oh, those rocks.
No,
I was picturing.
ROCK, not
a
ROC.
storm cloud.
So if the sun decides to not be there anymore because a rock is coming,
Is it? What spell is it?
Call it.
Okay, that just you just throw lightning bolts at people.
Oh, but
It's hard for me.
It creates from the sky. It summons a thunderstorm and then you can whip lightning bolts at them.
Who can take that spell?
You just have to make the sign. Rock.
What?
So who can take that spell?
He got it as I'm assuming magic seeker because I don't think that's a bard spell.
What spell?
Call lightning. Don't need you summon the thunderstorm above you.
Oh,
It was one of your bread and
Tell
butter
me that.
spells.
I know. I love that spell.
I'll get rid of these bird
Like
people.
I was humping. Like
Just long enough till we get out of here.
I yelled at him. Did he say anything back?
Would you yell at them? Stop this
Can you
stop.
stop throwing rocks at us? I was polite.
can you not?
They do not respond, as you can see.
I'm not thrown off that
Is any
weird person to start to talk to them in their own language. Why?
Did it to Michael.
Does anybody else want to look?
Can I go up to their level?
Yeah, if you want to.
I'm gonna look them in the eye.
All right. So Solomon flies up into the air to look at them.
Now
How far away are you getting?
Hello?
As they are flying back towards the mountain to grab more rocks.
120 feet sounds good.
what it sounds like is we eliminate the rocks, we eliminate the ammo.
Attack the mountain! They won't see it coming.
the mountain.
What are you yelling at
Phone
them?
calls are coming from inside the house.
Why are you throwing rocks at us?
I need, I can't Google it. My phone's almost down. Is there a monster manual nearby? There's one up there. Jessica, can you grab it for me?
There is
Should be.
Hold on,
Should
I
be
got,
the book.
I got one in my back.
Let's say it should be the book that's backwards.
Oh,
Alright, never mind. Michael's already got me. Michael, your book is abused.
it is.
What did you do to it? Why do you not love it?
I do love it. I use it too much. In all that DMing that I do.
Do you even DM anymore?
No. Can I tell you my thoughts on DMing?
What's your club? What happened to that?
Oh yes, you're right. I play Curse of Strahd at lunch.
Did you use your lunch for that?
1 day a week. 1 day. The kids are struggling. They've only made it to Ismark. That's it. We played for
Anybody
5
fall in love
weeks.
with him?
No, we met Irina, and of course, the moment we met Irina, someone said, "Can I flirt with her?" I said, "I am prepared for it because it happens in every game."
Is Marco Clank love?
Ismark lost his tongue in our storyline.
Yes, he did.
That's fun. I found it.
So what are you saying to him?
Why are you throwing rocks at us?
So
Hey,
It's a very simple request.
Oi, mate.
they all kind of are fluttering their wings looking at you as roll a perception check. I know. You rolled those beforehand. This dice is rolling fantastic tonight.
I'm gonna
How about
burn
you
it.
let one of us use that?
No.
I'm gonna set it on fire.
16. As you yell out to them, you feel this breeze, this gust of wind kind of come as you see the cloud cover that's just above where you are begin to disperse as this massive set of wings opens up and thrashes down, probably twice the size of the others. She begins to descend. She has armors across her, different patchworks of steels and leathers covering most of her body, this massive sword draped on her back, and as her wings flutter down, she lets loose this hellacious scream. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
you're not by
No, he's 120 feet away.
I believe in you.
16.
16. So So you immediately stop and are drawn to slowly start flying towards her.
You're now ceased with your fathering.
Oh boy.
I mean, I think I'm starting pottery. I feel like it's for this.
As you hear Solomon yell, and then he just stops, and you see him continuing to rise as this massive figure begins descending from the clouds.
Oh, that's not good.
What you doing there, bud?
He is catatonic.
Wow.
You hear this soft song. Actually, I need all of you to make a save, because the range.
I can't hear. I'm deaf.
Trock,
You'll see.
where are you, mate? How far away are you from me?
You guys are 10 feet away from each other.
We got that plus 7, baby.
Wisdom save.
So,
My wisdom.
Okay.
What's 7 plus 9?
what?
16? Does 16 beat it?
I got 14.
14 as well.
Natural 20 plus 16, 36.
Why is it plus 16?
Because I have a 9 for my save, and then, oh, it's just plus 4, my bad.
I was gonna say, you're gonna give me a headache. Natural 20, you're good. Blythe? So,
14s.
14s, both of you?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
What did you get?
3 of you?
I need us to stop saving that.
So, Ketra, as the whole party is running, you're going.
We're doing it, guys.
You
We're
turn around.
leaving.
You turn around. And the whole party has stopped running, and they're just standing there.
Hey guys, we're over here. We're going in this way. Now,
It's not that kind of spell.
guys.
It's a monster effect.
Hello.
As the figures begin to land on the mountain, probably about 10 to 15 feet up, and slowly start climbing down. As the large one motions like this to Solomon, as Solomon's slowly drifting towards her.
Oh boy. Oh no. He's gonna be so nervous. I'm gonna look at Amma.
What status? Are we on?
A harpy song. It is a charm, but it is not a spell to be counter-charmed.
I have advantage on harpy saves.
Oh.
You are charmed until the
Actually,
song
I have
ends, so
advantage.
she is continuing to sing.
Hey,
Hmm.
I have advantage on saving throws against being charmed.
Then re-roll your check.
Yes. Be higher than a 14. It should be like a 20 because I don't add anything.
Out of 7.
What do you got?
As part of my bargain,
Me at a 7?
counter charm is you perform until the end of during that time.
So that adds to my
You
15 then?
Any friendly creatures
14?
within 30 feet that can hear
Because you rolled
gain
a-
advantage on saving
with your
throws against
save?
being
I got
your charm.
But you have to be using that ability first.
Shane.
Let me read it to be sure.
Shane.
Yeah, it says
I got a 21.
So you're not charmed either.
21.
Woo!
Stupid.
Ew, vomit.
As an action, you start performing, and for the duration, they have advantage.
So I'd have to know he was charmed.
Yeah, so you'd have to have known in advance to start the song. So, Blythe, you're sitting there next to Ketra as you guys look back, and everybody else is now turned and is walking towards
This is not a
these
good
creatures. As you hear her continuing to sing.
sign. Do we like these people?
I mean, I like Solomon.
Do you?
Kind of.
I'm very partial to Torak.
Yeah, why?
Don't be jealous.
I'm not.
Jealousy is not cute on you.
They say the same for you. Your words hurt.
So is yours.
Well, you're rejected.
As you guys are standing next to each other, the light begins to sway and shift as Amma appears right between the two of you to make sure you're not next to like directly next to each other.
You met Amma, right? Oh, don't do that. Am I getting burnt from that? Okay, good.
As you are sitting there, Solomon gets to her as she runs her finger down the side of his
Oh,
face.
come on. Did you lick your hand? Did you actually give me a wet willy?
You're a child.
Did you really just give me a wet willy? Are you 5?
Yes.
You know what this means, right?
Oh.
No.
Not now.
She gets really upset when you do it back, just a heads up. I do it often.
So was this a wise decision?
So, as you get to her, she runs this long taloned hand down the side of your face and just gives you this very slight nick at the tail end of it. Kind of licks the tip of her
Alex,
finger.
what is this?
They food now.
Oh.
You gotta feed the clutch.
Excuse me.
So you call a gathering of baby harpies. A clutch.
Okay.
It's like dragons. But
So, Solomon isn't knocked out of his charmness by being harmed?
It wasn't like a cut, it was just like a nick. First off, and secondly,
It's harmed, right? Doesn't it?
I'll have her roll damage for a slash attack to his throat. I mean,
saying.
it's one or the other.
Just saying.
So,
Do you have anything that can like shoot back?
Turok hits the mountain and starts climbing up, and Tyr's just standing next to him.
Losing your boyfriend.
Seriously, jealousy's not a good color on you.
So like,
You're trying.
really slow.
You're trying.
I don't.
As the harpies begin landing on the ground nearby.
Look, kid's doing his best.
I don't know what I can do.
What?
Do we get to remake the
I don't
save?
know what to do.
It's been 2 years.
I don't know what to do.
What do you have?
I don't know what to do. I just don't know.
Do you
what
have lots of things?
Well, yeah, but I still don't know what to do to deal with this.
Can you make her go to sleep?
Probably not. No. I can try. Can I try and?
What about firebolting her? You can literally shoot her out of the sky.
That's not that much damage.
Yeah, but it's gonna distract her from singing.
Can I do?
Singing.
Can I do phantasmal force on her?
Pull out that.
No, I.
Aren't there 2 of them on the table? Where did the second one go?
This one's mine.
Stand by my statement.
It's an F.
That the person who's casting the spell should be using the book to look at what they're doing. Yeah, I think.
Back in my day, we used to have 2 books on the table.
We had 2 books.
You're in the wrong letters. Do you know how the alphabet works?
No.
I asked if it was an F.
Oh, for
It was
second
corrected
then-
for me. Yeah.
Phantasmal force.
It was corrected for me, don't worry. Apparently, it's a broken spell.
Break it.
Break it.
Wait,
I don't know what it does.
If you can get it to work.
Let's eat this. Light these candles. Get this bread.
Fort has
Ooh, yeah.
force.
What kind of force coming out of this phantasm?
Okay, so you create an illusion that takes root in the mind of a creature that you see within range. They make an intelligence saving throw.
They ain't smart.
I got a 1.
Hell yeah.
She is smart.
Save. You create a phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomenon of your choice that is no larger than a 10-foot cube that is perceivable only to the object for the duration.
Cool. What are you making her see happen?
Dragon. What, you don't think they're afraid of that? Everyone's afraid of a dragon.
I feel like they'd be afraid of a rock. And they're kind of on my mind because of the rocks. And that we
Do
saw
you know what a
rock.
rock looks like?
Again.
Creature that's
Rock or rock?
Rock.
A rock.
Do you know what that looks like?
Don't I know what a rock looks like?
You weren't with us.
Was
You
I
weren't with them.
Can I roll to see if I know what a rock looks like?
Sure, roll intelligence check.
Just create man a dragon!
17. Yeah, you know what a rock looks like. It's a really big bird.
Rocks are scary though.
Dragons are scary. We've met a white
Dragons
dragon!
are kind of friendly.
Did I have blue eyes?
What?
I would like.
There's a piece of popcorn or something stuck to my toe, and I don't like it. I can't get it off. It's like at the tip of my toe.
Well,
Okay.
Who ate caramel popcorn in this room?
you probably.
I
No.
popcorn like 6 weeks ago.
I vacuumed in here since. I don't know where that's from. Okay, what does it see in Rebecca?
You can blind trap a creature with an illusion that isn't real, but they believe is real.
Yeah, typically people like wrap them in fire, so they assume that the fire is real.
Yeah, do that.
Wrap them in vines.
Or
so that
gravity wells, or whatever you want to do.
Darkness.
Fire sounds fine.
Gravity well sounds good. Lies.
Cool. So she now starts panicking because she thinks you lit her on fire.
Is she still singing?
She takes
1 second.
1d8 psychic damage
Per turn?
each round.
Oh, until she breaks it?
Yeah.
Alright. So roll your d8 of damage.
That was a d6. Also, my chaos dice has to go up too.
Oh my god, please let it teleport the 2 of you away.
Oh no.
New campaign!
You got a teleportation circle. I'll be alright.
Ketra and Blythe story.
The way it should be.
It did not go off, and I rolled a 1 for my damage.
Mild annoyance.
All right. So she begins thrashing, believing that she is in fire. Her wings collapsing temporarily as she begins to drop the illusion wearing off of you, or the charm wearing off of you three.
How far does she drop?
No.
She's dropping.
Ooh,
We'll
yeah.
get there.
Beat feet.
As the other harpies look at her as she's thrashing about.
I'd like to look at everyone. Cover your ears and run. And I'm going to put my hands on my ears and
I'm gonna
well,
start.
how far up have I climbed?
Probably 30
Oh,
feet.
you gave me a wet willy.
I'm gonna try to just jump.
That's not
How much health are you at?
29.
Nah, you physically can't get knocked out from 3d6.
But
Come on, Michael.
no, I don't think so. I'm going to climb down as quickly as possible,
Okay.
and then I'm going to put my hands over my ears and begin running.
All right. So the three of them are doing the two of them, I assume.
Can I make like a metronome sound with my like a drumstick or something for the counter charm?
Yeah.
So that we can all focus like whilst we're running.
All right. So you start beating feet.
Pokemon, lose your power. Pokemon, lose your power. Sorry.
I don't understand that.
That's a Digimon reference.
And it was a good one.
It really was.
Aaron.
No, that was a solid Digimon reference. You don't get a lot of those.
I don't watch Digimon.
No one did.
Great.
It's a better.
Everyone who watched Digimon are in this room.
It's a better series than Pokemon. Just doing accept it
Digimon
as
was
much.
inferior to Pokemon.
Why would you say something
Ooh.
so controversial yet so brave?
Because it's right.
Because it's true. It made me feel things.
So,
How does that running go?
what else you guys doing? Solomon, what are you doing, buddy?
I'm gonna get my bearings.
You look around as this thing is thrashing in front of you. It falls probably 30 or 40
And I
feet.
did yell beat feet.
Did I get fucking charmed again?
Yes! Language!
Which way are we going?
This way!
As the other harpies.
Follow the sound of my son!
Follow the sound of my cries for help.
Did y'all know sugary alcohol burns his innocence?
This is how Kepler runs when he's scared. It's like Kermit the Frog.
Yay!
So, you guys begin running, trying to get some distance away from these things, as the other harpies are looking back at their queen. What's the plan?
I'm saying no.
Get far away.
Blythe, what's the range of that spell?
What the fuck just what happened?
Just keep running.
We're running with our ears over our hands over our ears.
All right.
I'm not doing that. I'm just
So as you break the distance, the
Lose your power.
harpy queen immediately stops, and you see these eyes kind of narrow upon the party as she launches herself in the air.
Hey, wait, but how long? So how many more times did you take the damage?
I'll give you 3 more times. I'll give you 10 more, or I'll give you 5 more times.
10?
Not 10.
We said
5.
10.
5,
She's probably about 80, 90
2.
feet.
Somebody keep track.
I'm looking 7.
So you're saying I
4,
like
If that's what you want to
5.
can I do it while I'm running?
That's enough.
15.
Psychic damage.
15 points.
As she narrows her eyes and begins creeping herself up, she grabs this massive blade from her back and sticks it into the ground. She pushes herself to a stand.
But did she get damage too from falling?
No, she wasn't like in that kind of a free fall. She's not that dumb.
Just stop blocking everybody's punches.
She fell for a bit and then caught herself. Like she was thrashing, but she was still flying. So, what's the plan?
Can we
As the other harpies launch themselves, the other 7 harpies launch themselves into the air.
How many?
7.
I'm gonna put stuff in my ears
Okay.
to block out the sound.
Okay.
Can I hit him with lightning
Do you want
while
to?
we run? Like, is that a thing I can do, or do I have to stop and hit him with lightning?
You'd have to stop, cast the spell, and then get back to running. But it's like combat. You can move and cast the spell. Yeah, if you want to. What is it? A dex save or a spell attack?
That's it. Hold on, wait. Page with spell code.
What? Oh, what is that? Your goal of keeping notes now?
Yeah, I've color coded
Creature
everything.
Within the 5 point must make a dex save.
Make sure you have a key.
It got a 24 for its dex save.
Oh, it made it.
Yeah, takes half damage.
Do you have one more d10?
You should only need 2d10. Oh, it's 3. It's a Jackson question. He has more dice than God.
So 16 plus 3 is 19.
And this is to the queen.
What's
If you're outdoors, is it stormy outside?
It is not.
Damn it.
could be? Said there was a storm.
There was, but it's a few hundred feet away, or like a mile away. It's at the edge of your vision. You see this soft storm rolling.
Does the queen speak the same language, presumably?
You're speaking the language. Speaking the common.
She hasn't spoken yet. She's only sung, which is like a bird song.
Did I understand the words?
It's like a bird. It's like more like a hymn. Yeah, like a vocalizing. It's not like an actual word.
It's like
thing.
listening to Enya.
Can I like maintain it and go like every turn?
What's the range on it? Yeah, I mean,
So I'm gonna keep it just every turn. Throw another.
Let me cast full person.
okay. I'm gonna be the one to upset you here.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Does it work on her?
No,
Okay.
She's a beast.
she's a monstrosity. That's what harpies are classified as.
Got real tired of your shit.
Almost. No.
Alright.
So are we just running?
Yeah.
Roll me some athletics checks, except for the two that are flying.
2. Oh,
2 members of the party fly.
that's not heterosexual.
18.
Jelly.
19.
Do we gain anything from it from these two?
No,
Why would you gain things?
It's not a save.
it's not a save. They gain +7. You get +7 to all your saves as long as you're near the two of them.
Yeah, that's why I said add +7 to your save.
Yeah, any saves you get add +7.
Why?
Because we're
They're paladins.
Skeleton.
This shit gets real finicky when both of them hit level 7 paladin and they have 2 more auras going at the same time. One of them
30 feet.
30 feet's level 17.
Oh.
But one of them strengthening elementals and the other one causing fear.
I'm the fear one. I'm the fear boy.
So as you guys continue to try and boogie, these things are catching up. They seem to be flying with a little bit of haste.
Can Amma be like my back? Like
She's like sitting on your shoulder.
Yeah. How we doing?
Bad.
Yeah, great.
Real bad.
Can I move the cloud to hit the
So I had a question for you.
Yeah, answer.
and
This is a very appropriate time.
No, it actually is. It is. Do you think she'd be into me? I mean, she's strong, leadership skills, good form,
Is that
figure.
one
We're gonna get eaten here. I need to start making some plans for the future.
You
Oh.
have so much faith in me, darling.
Have you seen what's behind you?
No, you're looking more fine.
Looking back.
As we're running, I'd like to tell everyone. Oh no, everyone's got their ears covered. I don't think it matters. Am I close to the front at this point, or am I still in the back?
You'd be like towards the middle.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wave my hand to keep running, and I'm gonna cast darkness.
It doesn't move, right? You know that, right?
Oh, I know. I'm trying to terrify them. It's a big bubble of darkness. Is it not scary?
Why don't you put darkness around that?
Oh yeah, I want to cast it up above us where they're flying. Just a big ball of darkness.
So you create this giant orb of darkness. Solomon, what are you doing, buddy? Just boogieing.
Just to scare
I'm
them.
gonna see how this plays out.
Okay.
No,
Well,
I'm
you're above.
still
You're
boogieing.
above it.
Oh, that's fine. I would have been able to see through it anyway.
That's fine. So as this orb of darkness pops up, you see the 7 smaller ones kind of scatter away from it as the big one flies straight through.
Okay, just tell me when she gets close enough to us.
Okay, she's not there yet. She's not here yet.
I'm gonna choke up on the sword as she's saying that.
As soon as I notice, because I'm fucking more. As soon as I notice she's coming back, can I hit her with another thing of lightning?
Yeah, this will be your last one because the spell is that way, and you are that way. It doesn't move with you. You cast it on a location.
That's good.
That's magic.
How far away is he?
From you, probably like 40 or 50 feet. You're the first that's one in the back. You're who she's gonna catch up to first.
Is Solomon first?
Mm-hmm. He's the furthest one away from you guys.
Right.
I usually know. This is
Sometimes spelling.
yeah.
What you doing there, Solo Man? What you doing?
What are you doing, buddy?
Does 12 hit?
It does not. What are you trying to hit her with?
I was gonna cast Shatter at 5th level and channel Divinity, but
What'd you roll for this morning?
Well, I've already used a 5, so a 13.
When did you use the 5?
I don't know. I don't know if I really just messed up the long rest.
I think you just didn't take a long rest.
No, he gave me the 3 when we're fighting, so I think you did have the.
Yeah, you haven't taken a long rest yet. Change your dice.
Oh, I haven't done the
No.
effects of it.
You gotta change your dice.
Okay, then I'm at the 16 and 11.
So
That's a little bit better. Those might be useful.
Yeah.
roll your 21 or 20 for the save. So roll your 3d10 minus or cut in half for your lightning bolt. Here, not me, or not Jackson.
I'm sorry, I thought we were still talking to the objects.
No.
Shatter just completely misses.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just a spell attack.
I thought it was a AOE. I don't know why.
So, 6, 6, and 10, which is
22, 11.
uses the one the 10.
At this point, Solomon, the 7 harpies are going to begin encircling you. As you are the furthest in the back, as the queen passes right by.
Or, you know what I like to do? It's a con save.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's going to be a 16.
Yeah. So, but still, that's 24 points of damage.
To her?
It's a lot of damage. That's on a success?
That's on a... Well,
It's on a fail.
I use my channel divinity and I can't upcast it at 5th level. Gotcha. So,
Okay. She gets blasted, and you see a couple pieces of the armor fall off of her. She just continues flying right past you as the 7 harpies circle you around you. As you're still trying to move, as they're just circling around. You see these long, drawn talons on
How
their
far is he from me?
He's like 100 feet back. He is isolated right now because he was this way and up before. He's come down. They've circled him. She's flown past. She's going for you guys.
How we doing?
Well, the one you said you like, but you're unsure sometimes if you like him.
That's not a good description.
He wears a lot of armor.
Solomon got it.
Yeah, he's circled by 7 of them right now.
Oh, crap basket.
Oh, the big one's also just flown through the darkness. She's just trucking right along.
Okay, great. How far away is she from us?
Do you think she'll dye her hair red so we can match? I
No.
think she would.
No.
I think that'd be a cute thing.
Yeah, please try to communicate with her.
So what was your question? Sorry, I was focusing.
How far away is she?
Oh, probably about 40 feet, give or take.
Got it! And then I'm gonna run my cheek along the blade as I start to beat on it.
Okay.
What?
Why is that a thing?
Don't worry about it.
Sword gets hotter because it's exposed to blood.
Can I heat
Why your
sword?
face?
If you want to try.
As I'm running with the sword
I mean,
like
I'm
this,
assuming
so I
she
might as well
brought
just
it.
do that.
You want to use heat metal on it?
Huh?
You want to use heat metal on it?
Is that on her armor?
Oh yeah, you're right. Then she has to.
Isn't her
doff
armor made out of metal?
I thought it was
Pieces of
leather.
armors and leathers, it's patchwork.
Oh, never mind that.
What'd you say was metal on here before? When we first saw it?
She has patchwork pieces of armor and leathers and stuff like that, and then she's has this giant greatsword in hand.
Oh, great. I need to sort out.
And she is large in size. I do not have one over here.
What do you need?
I mean, she's
I'm out here doing things.
I'm running things.
There's a piece. Oh, there's one right here. That's one I threw at Gilbert the other day. When he asked for one.
It's not a save. It just hits. Wow.
Yeah, it just heats up the blade.
Doesn't give her like.
Are we rolling initiative or are we just like doing things?
We're just boogieing right now.
Can I cast slow on her?
Yeah, if you want to.
I cast
What's
slow.
a save? Natural 20.
What's 7 and 6?
Okay.
If it's a save.
That's really
13,
sucks.
sorry.
How far away the other one is?
Every turn I'm gonna burn her
Like
again if she's still
120
holding it.
feet?
Probably about. Not that far.
Not that far. Okay, perfect. So
How
then
much damage used to?
Excuse me?
I don't understand.
I'm listening to
I'm
both of you.
sorry. 13.
You're good. What's up? You're gonna cast it on the others? Are you upcasting it, or does it affect
It
multiple targets?
casts 6
She has to make a con
creatures.
saving throw.
6 creatures that have to be within 30 feet of each other?
120.
The spell range is 120 feet, but the creatures have to be within 40 feet of each other. She's not that close to them.
Just cast it on the 7.
Well, let me roll my. I already casted it on her, and my stupid dice didn't go off again. Where's my? 4.
Her con save. 17. So she is good.
Can I see that dice real quick?
No,
Is it against my constitution or something? Or
it's
what?
against
I'll
your
give it
cell
right back.
save.
Let me see it.
No, you're gonna keep it because it's rolling really
I'll
well.
give it right back.
It doesn't have a save on here.
It's gonna be your spell save. If she has to make a con save, it's your spell save, which is your charisma modifier plus 8 plus your proficiency bonus.
I feel like this is really high.
Even if it's a 5 modifier, the highest. 19.
Fuck you. Stupid dice. Stupid.
Even if you have a 5 modifier, the highest your save can be right now is a 60. Is a
It's 16.
16.
You said 4 plus 8 plus
Yeah.
16.
So no, she makes a save. So seeing you the third time you've cast spells on her at this point,
Yeah.
she's going to swoop in with talons towards your chest first.
But I'm all the way in the front.
You're on the front. You're towards the tail end.
I was running with Torok.
Torok's in the mid. You and Torok. It's Solomon.
I feel like there's no map. You can't tell us where we are and who we're doing.
I know who I'm doing.
I was gonna say, who we doing? Is that where we're at right now?
Are we fucking?
Give me some minis.
Faces and mini.
Oh! I'm so
You right
excited.
there, Michael?
I'm excited to use Thorak Mini. Hold on, I gotta dig through my drawer.
Do you want classic Solomon or new Solomon?
You want Solomon Light?
Thorak.
Because I have classic Solomon right here.
You mean Donald Trump?
The gate's gonna be huge.
Huge.
Solomon can stay where he is.
Where's Solomon Light?
There's the real Solomon.
What happened to Blythe?
Where's the mini box?
I have no idea.
We don't know where the
I
like.
know.
I had no idea where anything was that was on this table.
Is she not up on the boat?
Dig in my drawer. Eat my snacks.
I only ate 2 of your chocolates. 2.
I don't need your snacks. Do you want Groot?
I am Groot.
No, he's not cute Groot. I only like cute baby Groot.
What about the Hulk? Hulk is also great. I mean, this is the size of Groot, but he's got that ass though.
Baby Groot's so
They
cute.
gave Groot
He's got
cheeks.
that attitude.
He's a team.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, you're very far away, Solomon.
And I need something to represent the harpies. I don't have a
Why
whole
don't you use a
shit.
bunch of D6s?
I might need my D6s. I don't know what's going on over here yet.
Alright, this is fun, guys.
Cluster O harpies. There we go. So, you guys are in the back. These two are in the front. The darkness is like here.
Those two.
Who's who?
Just for 2 friends.
That's Tora or Ketra and Blythe.
I thought
Which-
Ketra was in the back looking at her with the sword.
No, Ketra and Blythe are the first
I've
ones
been
leaving.
beating feet, my guy. I haven't looked behind me once.
I've been booking feet.
And she is 40 feet behind Ketra, which is where you and Torok are.
Oh, I like it.
My phone's gonna die. So, first she's going to make 2 talon attacks at you. Their tier.
Oh no.
First one, why are they disadvantage?
She didn't drop the sword. She's disadvantage for attacks.
With the blade.
Oh, she's
It just says she's at disadvantage for attacks.
I would assume it'd be with the weapon.
That's what always makes
But I mean, if she's still holding onto the weapon.
really quick. Which one of these is
While
the
she's
stats I should
holding it.
use if I need to call upon something? Say top, middle, bottom.
I'll go with top for the sake of it.
Okay.
I mean, if it's still strapped. to
That's
her,
what I
she's still
figured.
holding it,
It's
she's
in her
still
hands.
Burning.
No, that's fair. So first one was a 19, second one's gonna be a 12, 12
19.
plus.
Wait, at disadvantage?
It was a 19 or a 12. I'm doing the math now to add to it. So that's gonna be, according to this, that she's bigger than that. That's gonna be an 18 to hit first. First one. Second one's gonna be a 19 to hit. So those both hit.
Yep.
Okay. Holy shit. That's gonna be
You're just gonna die.
23 points of piercing damage. As the claws sink into you, I need you to make a strength saving throw. You get to add Torok's modifier to it.
Plus 4.
No.
Plus 4.
Oh, I'm too far.
You're too far away.
Strength
Okay.
save?
Yep, strength saving throw. Jesus. I had a really long eyebrow hair. I pulled it.
What's 7 plus 5?
Do you remember Julia's white eyebrow hair?
Yes. 7 plus 5 is 12, so you do not make it. As the claws sink into you, and she's going to take the blade and thrust it down into you. So you are considered restrained. So she does have it.
Making 3 attacks.
She has 2 claw attacks and 1 greatsword attack. So it's a straight roll, but I rolled terribly, so it's going to be a 12 to hit. Okay. So she misses with the greatsword as it sinks into the ground, and then she's going to move and lift you into the air with her.
Bye, bud.
So you are now.
Can I use shield?
Too late.
For vicious monsters.
At this, before you could have. At this point, the things have been done.
I know, but like, if she's going to.
If she continues to attack you, yes, next turn. So you get propelled 60 feet into the air in her claws.
Oh.
And we'll go with initiative now, because now we're on a map and everything else like that.
Sure, now we're doing Greyhawk, correct?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh wait, what? What's Greyhawk?
the weird one.
I lost my paper, I think, again.
I'm not giving you.
Yeah. Okay.
So, to lay out the scene,
D6 is movement.
Nope,
D6 is movement,
I cannot
and
do it
D8
until
is
I have
melee.
a...
D8's melee.
D10 is spells, or D12 spells.
D12 and D10.
He's got it.
Jackson has
And
his notes.
D4 is
Ranged attacks and
Ooh, right.
maintaining concentration on spells.
and we subtract.
Your dex modifier.
I thought it was initiative.
Yeah, your initiative modifier, sorry.
Yeah.
Which is traditionally your dex
Hey, all my items.
So to paint the picture, about 120 or 100 feet back, Solomon is surrounded by 4 of these harpies as they are claws and talons out surrounding him as he's on his magic carpet ride. Tyr has been gored by these long talons of the Harpy Queen and hoisted 60 feet into the air. Torok standing next to him as the wind and gusts of breeze off the wings push some dirt into the air, and as you look back, you see this with Blythe running next to you. For the sake of argument, we are in continuing motion this way,
Okay.
so anything that stops moving will begin falling back.
Got it.
So everyone has to roll a movement dice.
Yes, if you want to stay in combat and stay with the party, you need to roll movement dice.
And a movement is a 6?
Yes, a D6.
What is the spell? Because I can't find my paper.
D10, right?
Movement is D6.
Yeah, what's a spell is D10?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I need a 10 and I need a 6.
Well, okay, I couldn't leave it because it's. Oh, yeah.
I got a 7. Minus 1. So
And we
I've got a 6.
subtract our
Initiative modifier. Yeah.
I thought you would subtract your dex.
Yeah, that's your initiative modifier.
Unless you
I
have something
know.
that increases it.
I don't know these things.
Yeah, it could be increased. You're right.
Here, love.
Thanks.
Alright.
Can you rewrite it in English, though?
Me no habla española.
Me no habla Dr. Righty.
You know, it's supposed to be a sign of high intelligence. I don't entirely believe it, but that's what they say.
Obviously not.
Alright, so what do we got for some numbers here, folks?
10.
6.
5.
Would I be able to cast like Vicious Mockery as my action and then Shield as a reaction?
Yes, you don't have to roll for reactions.
Oh, okay.
What'd you get, Solomon?
18.
So it's a D10. 9.
You have to roll a d6 as well.
Me?
Yeah, you have to roll.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You said 18, right?
I did.
He's
So
doing a lot of spells.
5.
Do you want to scale?
Okay.
Yeah.
And doing other things.
This seems to be the only time I can roll high.
It's because it's not a D20, but.
I still have the ability to end up with like a 4 at best. But here we
Ketra and Tyr, you guys are first up. Tyr, you are considered restrained
I don't know.
for the sake of casting spells and doing actions.
I don't know what that means.
You can't do any
Like somatic.
no movement aspects of magics.
Verbal.
I'm just
So you have
Somatic.
verbal components. You can't do any, you can only do somatic or no somatic components.
You can do verbal.
I can just binge at her and then shoot. Use shoot. That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay, that's
You're
fair.
not gonna vicious mockery her?
That's all he's gonna do.
Okay, there you go.
This. So do you have to? What level are we?
10.
10.
Yeah, just.
So she makes a save against it, or do you make a spell attack?
Hold on. Element within range of the target can hear you. Succeed on a wisdom saving throw. Unless
17.
barely makes it. So does it still take the damage?
Nope, 'cause it's a cantrip. Cantrip spells don't do damage on fail saves.
Okay.
All right, Ketra, you're up. I like this idea. This is how I'm gonna do it from now on.
What idea?
I just write in front of where your seat
Maybe you
is
should use a
the
dry
number.
erase marker instead of wet erase.
Yeah, I don't have one near me, but I'll just.
I'm gonna keep
It's-
running. And
okay.
I'm gonna hold my action for a melee attack.
Okay.
If the Queen Harpy gets close to me, I can swing. And then also, can I hold a rage?
I'll let you.
Okay, that's
You're just basically holding your turn until she gets to you.
exactly. Yeah, that's fine.
I like the concept of holding a turn. I hate the holding an action aspect of 5th edition. It's one of my only big complaints of this.
Why?
Because holding a turn is me saying, I'm going to wait for something to take place. I'm going to wait for Blythe to cast this spell, which allows the team to plan. Me saying, I'm only going to let you hold an action is me saying, whatever you're going to do, whatever you decided to do, you have to do it. And then if what he says comes up, then he gets to do his thing. So, like, if he says he wants to hold his action, his attack action, till the Harpy gets to him, he only gets his attack action if she gets to him. If not, his whole turn's a wash. If he says, I'm going to hold my turn until Blythe's turn, he can hold his turn till then. If he says he's just going to hold his turn, you can hold your turn until the end of the round. There's no reason that you can't wait to do things. So, Queenie is going to
I'm
go.
actually gonna yell to Blythe, get ready to be behind me.
Okay.
You want to catch me, my dude?
Who are you talking to?
What am I gonna get you?
He's in the process of fighting 5 creatures on his own.
You're right.
He has other things going on.
Solomon's back here.
Solomon has other stuff going on. Oh, look, this can be your carpet, Solomon.
Yeah.
It's a magic carpet ride, buddy.
Someone's gonna have fun.
Ooh.
I can show you the
Death. Dying.
So, how fucked up do you look right now, Tyr?
pretty fucked up. Like I'm
Okay.
fucked up.
So she's going to roll a strength check first.
I'm hurt.
Cool. She's gonna throw you in front of her in the air and make a downward slash with the sword.
Does she still have to sit up?
No, because you didn't maintain concentration with it. When you got attacked for 36 damage, there's no way you can roll a con save high enough to maintain it. So she's gonna throw you in the air and she's gonna swing the great sword down at you.
I'm still wait. The attack is. Wait, what?
Her action is gonna be to throw you with her talons in the air and then swing the sword to try and bisect you.
Okay.
Mother, I hate you.
Good.
That's how it worked.
You roll 17 though.
Yeah.
What did you botch?
Yeah. So she brings the sword up and swings it down. The blade turns and it just completely whiffs right past you.
Bitch. Did she drop the sword?
Yeah, I recall the sword. Sword gets hurled to the ground and sticks in over here, which is gonna disappear rather shortly.
Disappeared.
You guys are running.
Running.
You're still in motion. I do need you to make a athletics or a dexterity saving throw as you are falling 60 feet.
And what am I dexterity at?
To hopefully do at least somewhat of a roll so you don't just, flat foot this bitch at 60 feet.
Can I put myself right there?
No, your turn's already passed. And then she is going to...
What
Do
did
I
she
get
get?
it? Do I get the plus
What is
thingies
hers?
from it?
Turn.
What?
Do I get the plus thingies?
No.
to save?
You're too far away.
22.
What was her
22?
turn?
She got a 5.
Oh.
Soft 22.
So she's going to let you drop, so you take half damage. That's going to be
That's still gonna knock me out.
66 damage. It might not. How much your HP?
It's gonna knock me out.
Yeah, it will.
Yay!
10. 19 points of bludgeon damage.
Is that already halved?
No. So 8 points of, or 9 points of bludgeon damage. Because I round in favor of you all.
I hit the ground and man, I struck. What the fuck?
What were you at, buddy?
19.
Okay, so you are
I need help. Hold on.
you are done fucked up, but you are not dead. So, Torok,
Yes.
it's not your turn. I'm just telling you. As you continue running, you see the harpy fly past ahead of you. As you hear a behind you.
Taylor, are you okay? Alright, they're still alive.
And then try and
Get
cast
up.
blow on her again.
Okay. Natural 20.
Are you serious? That looks like an 8. Roll it again.
22.
Lies and slander.
I got a 16 that time.
Didn't make it.
No, I rolled a 16. She has modifiers. She a queen.
I don't like you.
Why? Well, we get some chaos.
Okay, wait.
Let's see what happens to Ketra here. He's next to her.
So, I just roll my d20 first, correct?
You roll d20 and a percentile. You roll the percentile first.
No. I do them at the same time. So a 6 and a 74. So a 6 is moderate.
Those are the ones like the explosions.
Oh shit! I guess I could use burn in something. That would have been a good.
I was wondering why you didn't attack her while you were grabbing with her hands, but
One creature of your choice gets +2 bonus to all attack rolls, damage rolls, and their armor class AC for 1 minute.
Aaron.
Yep.
as Blight casts this spell, this dust of fairy magic encoats around you as you begin to shine. You feel a little beefy.
Can I just take a pre-workout?
Pixie dust.
Jittery.
So that's the end of Blythe's turn. Are you doing anything else, Blythe, other than moving?
Nah.
To stay with the group? So your move speed when you're large is 40 flying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get a little bit ahead Ketra at this point. It is going to be Torok's turn.
So they're not low enough for me to grab at her, is she?
No.
Okay.
She dropped him and then, well, she tried to cut him in two and it just didn't work out because that would have been epic as fuck.
I don't think I can do anything then because I chose not to cast a spell. I don't have any ranged weapons, so I'm just gonna keep running, and if at any point it gets low enough, I'm gonna try and slam it with a hammer.
Alright, fair. Oh, goodbye phone, goodbye chat. It's gonna be on somebody else to talk to you all.
Hello.
You're in the world of Becca now. Sorry.
Welcome to Blythe-topia.
So Solomon?
Is everybody within 120 feet of me?
No.
Am I? Because, you know, I got carried up and dropped.
You would be.
God.
Torok would be, the queen would be. Honestly, you're probably looking like right about here is about 120 feet. Give or take. You might be able to get Ketra in like the tail end of it, but Blight's out of your range. What are you planning?
Oh god.
I was gonna mass healing horde everybody, but
I mean, I'm almost at full health. I only lost 13 points.
okay.
I'm doing alright.
Okay, so then
The other two are the hurt ones.
yeah, okay, well then that's fine then. I'll use a sorcery point to double the distance of mass healing word. Bonus action cast that at 5th level.
That's
It's going to be 3d4 plus 2.
it heals every. Mass Healing Word's one of the best spells in the game.
What about
If you-
Mass Cure Wounds?
If you do
No.
Mass Cure Wounds is garbage.
I'm assuming it's still a touch spell.
What you need to do is you go Bard, 1 level Cleric. That way you get the Life Cleric ability, Channel Divinity, or 2 levels Cleric, the Channel Divinity. Paladin have a spell called Aura Vitality, and it heals a stupid amount, but it's a 4th level spell. So it's end game for Paladins, but it's early game for a Bard.
I like
So I should take
to go balls to the wall in one
next level.
Yeah.
thing.
So, are you doing anything else there, Solomon?
I'm going to use my action to cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
Don't worry, I got you, buddy.
So yeah.
We got a big ball.
we need 2 more then.
Yeah, there's 4 there.
Give me calf.
It's
My minis are like disappearing.
Give me this beef.
It's probably there's a box of minis up there that got moved off the table too, behind the notebooks and stuff. It's all just getting thrown back in there.
3d4 plus 2.
Torm, you get to kill 3d4 plus 2, buddy.
Thanks. 3d4.
Uh-huh.
5, 6, 7, 11.
I saw Vera's V1 in here.
It might be. Oh, there's V1.
Well, the same argument. That's all you're doing for this turn. Okay. The harpies are going to encircle you and attack you because they're not smart enough to realize that carpet make you fly.
They're what?
I rolled already for it. They don't realize that the carpet is the reason that you're flying, so they're not attacking the carpet, they're attacking you.
Okay.
Because I did roll an intelligence check to see if they could put that one together.
I would still have my reaction, correct?
Yes, you still have your reaction.
Can I see those dice real quick?
They're not good, don't worry. The 1 dice is still doing good. It's my Jaden dice. That one's still holding out for me.
Can I see it real quick?
So it's gonna be a 12, a 7, and a 22. I physically don't think they can hit you. Unless they roll an natural 20. Not even counting the mirror edge, I'm talking just based off your armor class. Because your AC is 22, isn't it? 21. So, unless they roll a 9, so the 19 will hit you.
I mean,
Because it's 22.
realistically though, as long as I have a reaction, they would have to roll it.
Yeah.
26.
So I'm saying, like, so 1 has a 22,
So.
and the other 3 don't hit.
I have a question. If your AC is 15 and they roll a 15, do they hit you?
Yes. Okay. They meet your check. So
How many attacks were just done on me?
6.
Well, hold on.
Why?
Because I have to roll to see if they land on duplicate.
I think it's only if the attack hits.
Stand by.
It's only if the attack hits, I believe.
Target you an attack. Roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead hits you or whether.
So they just all missed anyway.
Yeah.
No, it's just if it's aimed.
But doesn't if they attack the duplicate, doesn't it destroy it?
Well, the duplicates have a certain AC
Okay.
as well.
Don't worry, excluding the 21 or the 22, all of my other rolls were below 14. Once I added the +3 for the harpies, because they're fucking harpies.
So.
What you got going on over there, buddy?
I know I'm a little distracted, but I'm really making a nice notebook for everything that's going on, and I'm very involved over here with the game. Just might be in the past.
Whatever you guys do, buddy. Whatever
Hey,
you guys
did you know the Heavily 7 first gate they're planning on opening is the air gate? I wrote that down. I don't think any of us knew that.
Yeah, it was airplane.
Yeah, I totally forgot that was a thing.
Alright, so if one of them rolled above
You're right, man.
I didn't know that was the first one they wanted to go
Okay.
open.
One did.
Remember the whole airplane
So
joke?
then,
Nope.
No.
I might not have been there.
another duplicate if they rolled above a 9.
There's only 2 rolls above a 9.
Okay, so it's 2 duplicates gone.
Okay.
And then. Okay, so I have the 1 duplicate still.
Okay, so the 22
I'm just kidding.
would fit miss 2. So yeah, you have 2 duplicates left. Or no, you have 1
I have 1
duplicate.
duplicate.
Yeah, so you and old you. Alright,
It's like I'm looking in a mirror.
so the harpies swarm around you and they all come at you with the talons, missing their attacks. No, they weren't carrying. It says I can make a multi-attack with a club, but they weren't carrying clubs. They just have the talons. All right, everybody, roll it.
They can have clubs?
Uh-huh.
What was the
So they never came low enough for me to hit them, right?
So you can use. So the 2 of you still have your
AC a +1 to all your saves.
Ketra and Torok. You guys still have the ends of your turn. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
What it's called?
I guess I could use.
Hold on.
What's this spell called?
I'm just gonna throw my
Hit on me.
I'm gonna throw 15 points of my lay on hands on me.
Wild magic?
Okay.
Well, what's it called?
It was just wild magic. There's nothing.
Can you just have it outside?
The
Yes,
rest
I'm
of those
pulling it out.
weren't the same size as the 20, right?
No, they're just small. They're medium size.
Okay, I'm gonna roll.
Humanoids?
They're monstrosities.
Okay,
Why?
so with this system, am I allowed to choose to roll
Extra.
to do a physical attack and a spell, so I can make a choice which one comes up? Okay.
So the big reason for Greyhawk Initiative is to encourage the party to discuss a plan. So like the best example is if you guys are in a room and a bandit's hideout and you guys get ambushed, and as you guys defeat them, one of the bandits is making a break for the door. If you go with regular initiative and you know consistently that Becca has gone first, you can say, cool, Becca, you handle the door, make sure he doesn't get through there, we'll finish the fight. With Greyhawk Initiative, it's like, we don't know who's going to go first. If he goes first, makes it through the door, he can call for reinforcements. So you have to dedicate people to jobs to get things handled.
Right.
Because you don't know how it's going to play out.
So with that, how are you doing over there, Solomon? Are you doomed?
I think I can manage this.
Solomon got attacked 6 times and only one of them would have hit his AC.
I think I can manage it.
Solid. Okay. So I'm gonna roll all 3. Okay.
What do we got for
14.
Okay. Blythe?
6.
5 again.
So if I'm doing this right, I roll a movement, and then if I'm only going to cast a spell, like
D10. Yep, a D6 and a D10.
okay, and if I'm holding an action or something like that, I don't have to.
Stop
Yes.
No, you still roll for it. It's just when it comes to your turn, you just don't do it.
Yeah, you can roll for whatever. Roll everything that you plan to do. So if you want to potentially make a melee attack, potentially move, and potentially cast another spell, you have to roll.
So
Solomon?
15.
Okay.
I may not get a little delirious or exhausted.
I do try and make this relatively fair. I roll a d20 for them. So there's a possibility they go really, really high in the initiative order.
Sure.
Like the Harpies are now 16.
Or, they could go super, super soon because they could potentially roll a 1.
What'd you get, Solomon?
I mean, technically, all they're doing at this point is a move and a thing, and they decrease it by 4. So, we get 10. Cool. All right, Ketcher, you're up first.
I'm first.
Because I know I know.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna hold my action. I'm gonna run the blade again and try to heat it up more.
Okay. So you're taking damage from it then?
Take a little bit.
Okay, so roll a d10 of damage, just for both turns.
Question.
Not like 2d10, just roll 1d10 for both.
Okay.
If he's just lightly cutting his face, why is it like that?
No, I'm not lightly cutting.
He's not lightly cutting his face. He's cutting his face enough to where it's bleeding, like, significantly.
So 9.
Not your
9,
arm
so
or
you'd be up
something.
1 point.
Okay, so that's 1.
Yep.
Okay.
It's technically every 10 points, but I'll round it up for you for the sake of this one.
Darling.
I'm gonna make the card for her.
Please.
I gotta make the card for her, and I gotta get the brothers done too, eventually. Alma has 2 brothers, Susanu and Tsukiyomi, so those cards need to get made as well.
One of them's with the 7.
I want one of the either Susanos, because
I have a strong feeling that Susanu will be claimed rather quickly when it comes up.
I'm a massive loser.
Susanu's all lightning damage. And
Ooh.
that
Sounds like a theme.
you doing anything else there, Ketra?
I'm wait.
All right. Blythe, you're up.
The secret has been held off.
What?
I would like to cast polymorph on her.
What?
Oh!
I want to turn her into a mouse.
Yes, make her fly.
Cockroach! A cockroach!
So you are aware. This is just because you don't use this spell much. If she falls and takes damage that exceeds the threshold, she really just reverts back.
Does she take the extra damage?
Then a fly, because then
She'll take the rollover damage, but
she won't fall to the ground.
She'll fly.
Why not a bird or something we can hit?
If you hit it, it unpolymorphs.
Hell, it doesn't die. Yeah.
So we need to you gotta decide if you want to drop to the ground and make her take damage, or if you want her to. And then I'll beat the crap out of her.
What would be better?
and that's not a bad idea.
What?
make her take all the leftover damage.
And then
Whatever damage rolls over goes to her.
And then Dorok and
So mouse.
Kethra beat
Yeah.
the crap
So
out
the
of her.
other thing
Smash
with that
with
spell
hammer.
is for later on for you guys to remember is any spell that says if target is reduced to 0 hit points, they do this. So like I want to say it's Immolate is a fire spell, and if you reduce them to 0 hit points, they turn to ash. This factors into that. So like Wild Shape, if somebody Wild Shapes into a snake and they get hit with that spell and reduces them to 0, it kills them still. It doesn't switch them back.
Okay.
That's just something to be aware of.
I don't have polymorph in this game, so.
Wait till I get that.
Fuck me. It's gonna be 14. So she falls 60 feet.
Yes. What are you doing?
Rolling the damage.
Rolling first to see if she makes the save, which she's not gonna make.
Why can't
I just had to roll for a natural 20. You can roll the damage.
How
It's
much damage?
60 feet is 66. As she slams into the fucking ground.
Here if you want.
Guys, I'm super proud of these notes. Like, I'm super impressed with
You
this.
learn anything else that I told you guys over time that you didn't pay attention to at the time?
Nothing super crazy. I think I'm gonna post these notes on our Facebook page if you want to see them, people.
10.
Why don't we get a campaign chaser page?
Why
We
not?
should.
We should.
We should make one.
21.
I'll make it.
21.
21 points of
And you did a
fall.
mouse. So a mouse has 1 point, so she takes 20 points of fall damage.
Nice. Good
Big
roll. And now she's gonna get trampled by
And now she is. And I will, for the sake of argument, she is prone.
Yes.
So she's at 0 as we all move forward.
So she would fall back 30 feet.
No, Dorok smash.
That's the end of Blight's turn. Okay.
How do you know I
He
didn't roll
doesn't have an
anything?
attack of opportunity against her?
I didn't roll
She
anything.
has to move out of your range. Somebody being moved past your range doesn't count.
I have a question.
Yes.
When you, so if it's your turn and you have 30 feet of move, if somebody's 10 feet away from you, can you dash to them, strike them, and leave with an attack of opportunity?
No, unless you have an ability. Some classes and some feats have abilities that allow you to do that.
But if there's like just two or three of them lined up, you can cut one without
I'm not changed.
attack of opportunity on the other two.
As long as you have certain abilities, let you do that type of stuff.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but if you have those abilities, yeah, 100%. You don't have to attack. You don't have to blow everything at
Like
once.
it's, what is it, two attacks thing?
What's the question? I heard my name over there.
I was making fun of you.
Fair. So it is her turn. She's going to spend half of her ground movement to stand up, which is going to reduce her total movement overall, and she's going to move forward and towards
Oh, you made
Torok. Sorry.
you made poor choice, girl. You made poor choice, flying angel bird.
Can you try to intimidate her?
She is going to
Can you roll an intimidation?
make 2 greatsword attacks against you because she cannot use her
She
talent.
dropped the sword.
Or she, oh yeah, she does not. She's going to use her talent in her hands.
Don't worry,
That is
buddy,
okay.
I got you. I found him.
It's going to be an 18 and a 20.
Both miss.
So she just cleans off of She's hide.
Oh,
And that is going to bring us to
How many mirror images are there?
none anymore.
Of,
There's one. He's we got old Solomon and then we have current Solomon now. And then Varys can go over here. No, that's not a mirror image. That was one of the harpies. The stride you moved away. Solomon, it's your turn, buddy.
So I'm going to cast Call Lightning. I'm going to
They are all within 5 feet of you.
direct it in such a way that the 60-foot radius ends on them.
So it's this way. So you have like 2 turns in it. Is that what you mean? Because you're making the storm cloud, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you're going to cast it like here. That way the group moves through it for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because I can keep using it.
Yeah, but the spell.
up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, but the spell sits in a spot.
Yeah, until I choose to move it.
No, you can't move it.
I read mine already.
Targeting the same point or a different one.
Yeah, from the
Yeah,
cloud.
and from the cloud. The cloud stays in one spot, and you can hit anything that's 60 feet. That's what I'm saying. You're casting at 60 feet.
And
You'll
up to
have 2
20
turns.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Okay.
They all need to make a dex save.
Oh,
Are you hitting yourself with it?
Whomstever is Whomsoever I can hit without hitting myself.
Fair.
I feel like that's a given.
I was saying if you hit yourself with it, you hit everybody. Because they're all within 5 feet of you.
But he's resistant to lightning, so.
That's a him decision.
Okay, hold on a second.
Sacrifice.
Has the
Yo, you need to fucking like avatar this shit.
There's a potential this could look really cool.
how much has the armor absorbed yet?
None. You haven't been hit by any lightning damage yet.
Okay, so it can hold up to 30, right?
Uh-huh. You go big and pass the channel of divinity, you might be able to burn them all out at once.
It's true. So we'll cast that at 4th level then. I will use my 2nd channel divinity.
And how much damage do they do?
40. If they fail to save.
You gotta fry them all.
What's the deck save?
Yeah.
That's going to be a 10 and an 11.
No.
That is a 9 and a 14.
Yes.
16. 16 is the save.
For you.
No, for you, it's his own save. His is different. And then 2 3s.
No.
So only
just the
one survives?
Yeah. So then the armor absorbs 10 damage, and then everybody else takes 40, and then the one that made it takes.
Why does the armor only take 10? Absorb 10.
Or I take 10 damage. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Right. So then the one that makes it only takes 20 damage, and then everybody else takes 40.
Yeah, so as you look back, as you hear the Harpy Queen fall, looking back, you see Solomon surrounded as this bolt of lightning crashes into him. The arcing energy off of him burns and emoliates and just destroys these harpies all around him.
Somebody get him the calendar? What's on
Yeah, it's a spell.
Immolate means to burn.
That one.
That's not what he said.
That's the proper word.
Right.
See Talos do that.
So,
Nice.
Who's Talos?
Tyr, it's your turn, buddy. As you
I have no idea where
limp
I'm at.
yourself to your feet, you're back here.
Where is Torok and the bitch?
About 20 feet in front of you.
Where are the other enemies?
Way back, about 70 feet back.
They're all
As
taken care of?
the one lady that is horribly burned and singed, barely able to fly because these things only have 24 hit points.
That was
How far from Torok am I?
20 feet.
What she's saying is, I can hit her.
If you want to get next to her and attack her, yeah. You can make that decision. How much hit points are you at that you want to run up to her?
Not enough. Would I be able to pretty much do the same thing I did as Vicious Mockery and prepare my third shield? Like,
Yeah.
would I be able to ready a defensive flourish at her? If she were to come attack me?
Yeah, it's just a reaction. It'd be that or shield, because it's a reaction to use defensive flourish. She did not make her save for the Vicious Mockery. So go ahead and do your 2d4 damage.
Hey, look, a bitch with big titties.
That's cool.
Can I keep that?
That's
Was it a 4?
Yeah.
Obviously.
You know what sucks?
Can I keep that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Jumanji rolls.
4 and 3.
What were you saying, Shane?
I can't use a Harpy song against you guys anymore. That's why I haven't been able to do it.
Why?
You can only use it
Once you successfully save or get out of it, you know, you're immune to it for 24 hours.
So you're.
That's why the other Harpies haven't used theirs.
On the next attack roll. For the
Yep. Torok, you're up, buddy.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to take my
It's your
hammer.
queen's turn first.
So it doesn't matter.
It supersedes all the other ones.
I'm going to take my hammer and I'm going to smash her face with it.
Calm it down over there.
No. Oh, that's okay. It's great. It's a wonderful roll. It's a 14.
14 does not hit.
Oh, solid.
You get 2 attacks? What level paladin are you?
Do I get 2? 6?
Yes.
Yeah, you get to.
Really?
Yes.
Why did I not write that on there?
I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
You make your own choices.
That one was a 15.
That does not hit.
The dice, you're not doing me good. Torok swings and swings and.
Damn, I could have inspired you, I guess.
Oh,
Like he has an inspiration.
It's too late.
You can use it.
Is it, what is it, a d6?
D10.
A d10.
That was a D8.
D8.
I have the D10.
Yeah, if he has a D10, then it'd be a D10. It keeps up with whatever the
I'll go ahead and keep the d8. I'll keep the d8 because I rolled an 8.
That's
Why
fine.
don't you keep the 8 and just potentially roll the 10 and see if you get better?
It doesn't matter. The 8 hits.
No, I wouldn't have. So, yeah, it's a 23.
That hits.
Torok smash. Torok. Of
He's
course,
the
it's a
Hulk of your
1.
group.
It's a 1. 6. He's a. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hulk is smart. 6.
Do you want to smite or not? You just roll that 6. Sweet D6 of damage. Take your ass, Seabass.
Do we want to kill her or do we want to get away from her?
Smash her brains in!
We can attempt to.
Bust it wide
This is out of
open!
character though.
Because I have a choice that I can either knock her prone or I can smite her.
See if you can knock her.
Dark bro.
Okay, I'm gonna use the ability of my hammer.
Okay, it's a
The
save.
earth.
Is it a save?
Yeah, it's strength save against
Are we
my spell save
10?
She did
DC.
not make it. Her strength is not very high.
Okay, cool.
Mine still
It'd be
says 7.
13.
Yeah, that definitely fails. It's 16.
Okay.
So she is knocked prone.
So she is now
As
prone
Turok
again.
continues rounding away.
Rock makes save.
Goodbye.
All right. The one harpy that is left next to Solomon is going to attempt to fly the fuck away. Are you gonna make a attack of opportunity against her?
Durr.
Fuck her up.
Yeah,
Do
how
it.
far away
Get up to
are they
10
currently?
She's right next to you. She was within 5 feet of the explosion of damage.
He still has the cloud, right?
Would I get to use that?
No, you just use it. It's a weapon. It's a melee attack.
Would I?
Unless you have Warcaster, lets you make a.
I do.
I think you should make a cantrip attack against them.
A cantrip.
Yes.
I don't think I have it.
Shocking Grasp is a cantrip attack.
Ooh. Then yes.
Okay. Roll to destroy her.
Grab its throat.
If you land a hit, you will. If you land a hit, you will kill her.
It was right there.
It's her spell. It's
11.
11 does not hit
You
her.
drew on his shirt.
No, he's wearing a shirt.
So she dashes
Also wearing a
and
shirt.
flies the fuck away. She is flying away into the mountains. 80 feet from Solomon. That way. She goes away. Alright, we're at the end of the turn order. What are you guys doing?
Are we gonna restrain her, or are we? Because I just feel like she was a bitch just trying to attack us. So I feel like we should just like
Kill
cut
her.
her rings off. Oh,
Where is she at?
Maybe
On
she
the
was
ground up here.
only attacking us because we were in her territory. Maybe we need to just get out of her territory and she'll leave us alone.
You would have thought up a little
Attacking
bit.
Queen Life
who
is
would be able
punishable
to
by
talk to
death. Kill her.
Huh?
would we be able to commune with her to identify that?
I don't know. I left her back there.
Can I telepathically
Have
communicate with her?
the effects of tongues worn off?
It's an hour, so no.
Why are you being a bitch?
I'm being honest. If she's not willing to communicate, we just kill her.
Are we stopping the boogie to
Hold on.
encircle her as she is prone, or what is it?
Oh
Apparently.
yeah.
We could try to restrain her. We're both pretty strong.
As long as we don't try to kill her, that's not our
Not my
goal.
plan.
Can I cast
All
sleep
right.
on her real quick?
Cast what?
Sleep?
Yeah.
Well, how are we gonna talk to her if she's asleep?
She'll wake up.
I did not make the save.
That's funny because there is no save.
It's based off health points.
Oh,
Remember, she rolls the.
yeah, you roll the damage. And it has to exceed her current health points. Which is not a bad spell
7.
for, what is it, a first level spell?
10.
Yeah.
That's not a bad use of a spell just to figure out the monster's current hit points.
19.
I thought about that.
You're right.
8. Oh wait.
23.
7.
30. 33. 36.
36, she goes out.
Yeah.
I say
Now we can
her now,
restrain her.
And let's wake her up and talk to her.
Yeah, I got this. I'm gonna take out the iron bands.
Oh.
And I'm gonna
Iron Band's a Boloro, so she
There we go.
is. She
Can't
is
make a
automatic.
strength save.
Yeah.
She's sleepy by.
She's automatically restrained in
So-
the Iron Bands.
Isn't it ironic that I now have the iron bands?
Would I,
Feels great.
when she wakes up,
Because remember, I
if
got
he's talking to her, can I like telepathically with us?
Are you gonna
good stuff.
nest, or not nest, land? I don't know why.
We're nesting?
I'm gonna,
Oh
Are
my
you gonna
gosh, are you
land?
having a baby?
Absolutely not. First and foremost.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna put sheath on it. Is Alma still out even though I
Oh.
sheath her? I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna.
She's only visible to you right now, though. She's not full in Alma right now.
Yeah, it's okay.
You're gonna hover nearby.
Correct.
I'm gonna pick up the harpy. And
She is large in size.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm a strong boy.
I'm assuming you guys just stopped and surrounded her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. She's still out. She's asleep for what, an hour?
Until we wake her up, or just asleep, no matter what.
I think the sleep spell is not a guarantee. Like if you do any damage to her, she wakes up. But I want to say it's an hour.
I feel like, well,
So we should ask her
Let's
where.
like lightly.
we should wake her up.
I just thought this was a good idea to, you know,
Let's just.
debilitate her for a
No,
moment.
that's that is honestly a way that I never thought of using that spell.
What?
Is even just as a hit point gauge.
Oh.
Like, if you don't want to waste a high level spell to attack her when she's almost dead, I cast sleep. Okay, I did 32 points. Is she asleep? No. Okay, cool. We know she has more hit points than that.
You're right.
Especially like a quicken as a sorcerer.
I
Quicken
may have
that.
rolled too many d8s, but it's too late now.
We need to ask.
It's okay.
We need to ask her if she knows any of the directions of where the druids are,
Right.
where Locke is, or the
I
Eagle
think we
Riders
should
are.
establish whether or not she was just
Only for a
attacking
minute.
out of malice or territory.
We're on the side of a mountain. I'm pretty sure
Anybody?
she lives there. She was throwing rocks at us.
I heard you.
We should confirm.
She's
that
also
still.
probably hungry. Didn't she like? Can I see like the neck where?
Oh, yeah.
got hit.
Do I have any knowledge of these creatures?
No.
Okay.
This is not an earth.
Do I know anything about harpies?
Not your port of the world.
Okay.
The only person that would be Solon, if you want to roll a
Do
nature
you know
check.
anything about them, Solomon?
Harpies nest up in the mountains.
Eyes from the model.
That's a hole.
Yeah.
They live up in the mountains for the most part, but
Okay.
I definitely didn't know they could charm people.
It's like their whole.
What?
Even I knew that.
No, Pegasus.
With the eye or the
I would assume that she's probably just trying to get food. I don't know that we're gonna get much information out of her.
You never know.
Are they intelligent? Do we know?
The ones I tried to talk to earlier were rather uninteresting.
She definitely seems like the queen of the eye of the murders. Are they crows?
They're not crows.
So
Roll perception checks for me.
All of us?
At advantage?
No. It is insight. It is sight visit.
Ooh. I got an natural 20.
11.
7.
modded 20.
What'd you get here?
19.
15.
It's modded. It's not natural.
Blythe and just Ketra, barely. While you guys 20.
Got 20.
I rolled a stealth check. While you guys are talking, you do see her eye ever so slightly open for a minute and then close back up.
We know you're faking.
She's awake?
Yeah.
We
so
know it only
I-
lasts for a minute.
I'm gonna start eating my drum.
Hey,
She keeps her eyes closed.
come on. You just tried to eat us.
Can I lick with her?
If you want to.
Was she trying to eat us, or was she just trying
She's
to?
trying to hit us with rocks.
Members of your party just tried to eat us.
Excuse me.
I would like to speak to the manager.
Okay,
All of a
Karen.
sudden, Solomon's hair gets
You-
very spiky.
You really should have watched our Storm King's Thunder because I went full Karen and then had a mental breakdown.
True.
What?
It was great to watch.
Did I turn off before then?
Did you watch when we were in the Harper's?
Can we like focus
just
like
before
we're in
that.
the middle of something?
So she does open her eyes, kind of adjusts herself some.
As uncomfortably as she can.
Yeah.
I'd like to just.
He's the only one that's able to.
What's the deal?
I'd like to just stand behind
Solomon.
Solomon, looking as intimidating as possible.
I'm really.
I'm gonna prop her up,
Okay.
and I'll be behind her.
I mean, she bigly.
Yeah, that's fine.
She's probably like 9 feet tall.
Yeah, whatever. She's gonna be knelt down though, so that way she's.
As you yell, she speaks in common. She goes,
What?
"We feed the clutch.
The who?
The clutch. The babies.
Oh. With what? Not us.
Meat.
Maybe not us meat. Maybe
You meat.
I feel like I'm a little bit like.
We're gonna kill all the baby harpies?
Oh no, we already did.
Those weren't the babies, I don't think.
Why'd you ask?
Those huntresses. They bring back meat.
They were.
No, all the babies are from the good.
How well do you know the area?
Black Talon clan live on mountain. few hundred years.
How against adopting
Where?
a harpy are we?
Very.
We run across most top of range.
Where the
We
eagle,
worship Godfather.
where are the Eagle Riders?
South,
From where we are now?
near Pointed Heads.
Where's that at?
Yeah, backwards.
The Pointed Heads.
Dear people,
If I can.
How far away is Locke?
Would I be able to see the pointed head?
tell.
The travelers go that way when they get away.
Inside check. Yeah, it is.
She's speaking common, like you all can hear and understand her.
But I also know how Shane DCs work.
Can I insight check her? I'm terrified.
Whoever has the best insight should do it.
What's your
Whoever-
insight?
Whoever
I have a +3.
I have a +8.
What's your insight? 6.
+8.
I'll give
Ooh.
you guidance.
My intimidation is 12.
What?
Charisma.
Bard.
Bard.
Yeah, understood.
Oh, shit. So you got guidance on me?
Yeah.
Alright.
Plus a D4.
So 4 plus 8. So it's 12
What are you doing?
16.
It's taking off the whatchamacallit? It's not writing on the table.
16.
16. She seems to be. She doesn't have any obvious tells of lying. She's not looking away from you. She's not fidgety, but she's also not a creature that you've ever had any direct interaction with. You've never talked to a harpy, so you don't exactly know how they behave. She seems odd. She seems very foreign in like the way she's interacting. She does a lot of like that twitchy bird head movement as she looks around. Her eyes are constantly scanning over you. You can see that her eyes are very forward facing. Her nose and everything is very dropped and very, very narrowed, almost beak-like as she's able to look and pinpoint things. She seems to have very, very excellent sight as she's looking actually past you guys and stuff like that, looking around at movement.
Well, we don't want to kill you. That's not our goal. We were just trying to survive, just like you were.
Feet clutch. Yes.
Do you need food?
Should we go for the harpy bodies?
We can give you food, but it's not us.
Mountain Baron on west side or east side. We hunt west side now.
I mean, I feel bad that they're clutching.
She said the Mountain Baron on the west side?
East side. No, yes, west side.
Because we're,
No,
on,
east
we're
side.
on the east side.
East side. No, we're on the west side.
I got that backwards, and Locke
Yes,
is to the west.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely feel bad that.
We don't have any sort of rations that are meat, do we?
I
Do we?
assume we packed meat rations to come this way.
You would have packed like salted and preserved meats for the most
To an
part.
extent, but I wouldn't say enough probably to feed a whole entire night.
How many are in
I
your
feel like they have.
murder?
How many harpies? 5?
How many in your clutch?
Clutch, 18 young.
Now they have 5 dead harpy bodies.
Family 20 strong outside clutch. We
Now there's
regrowing.
only 15, and you know.
Godfeather take many.
The Godfather took many?
Godfeather.
Godfeather.
Who's the Godfather? Isn't that the people that the Black Hawk worship?
No,
Or the Eagle?
no, they worship Pello. No.
No, there was somebody, he mentioned that before. One of those two groups worshipped the Godfather, or had something to do with the Godfather.
Probably the Eagle Riders.
Taken where?
They take sacrifice. Godfeather. Consume.
Why?
Sisters. Godfeather hungry too.
Where?
North Mountain.
So that's the Black Wing.
What's your name?
Me, Silas.
Silas. Ketra.
Can I offer up what rations I can bring for...
Well, she's still.
Me unbound?
Yeah, she's still unbound.
No, but she's asking. Me unbound?
Her name was what again?
No funny business.
What was her name again?
Silas.
Look at her eyes. Anything there?
Not obvious.
Press the chest to it so.
She kind of stands up and rides herself, and she stands probably about 2 feet taller than Torok as she opens up and adjusts her wings and everything else like that. She's big.
Can I hit her with a cube? Just
you want to.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
What level?
Just
Okay.
We go in peace.
You're strong.
Thank you. You humble us.
You have passage in Blackfeather Clan.
I'm gonna apologize to her for hurting her.
These are the Blackfeather Druids? No.
Black
The clan. Is it the druid?
Black Stag Druids. We're looking for Black Stag Druids.
Pointy heads.
Oh, pointy heads. Sorry. I'm frantically writing all that and I missed it.
She said pointy heads are south.
Pointy heads are south. And Eagle Riders are also south?
No, they're on the mountain. Top of the mountain.
No, top of the mountain is where Godfeather lives.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Eagle Riders to the south and Druids are to the south, which we knew the Druids were to the south already. I can't tell.
Me return hunt. Yes?
Wait, hold on.
I was trying to see if I have anything to
It's
offer her.
huge. That sword's like 8 feet long.
Yeah, I got nothing to
It's
offer.
gonna be a huff.
Oh, never mind.
By the way, I have no way of keeping track of time, so I don't even know where
It's
we're at.
11 o'clock.
It's 11 right now.
Oh, okay.
So we're on-
I was gonna say, I have no way of keeping track of anything going on. I don't know how many people are at the giveaway. This piece of fucking popcorn keeps getting stuck to my foot.
There's a couple viewers.
Are there? Hi, everybody. Make sure you enter the giveaway. We're waiting for a couple more questions for the Heartbeat Queen before she flies off into the sunset.
If I have like dried meat rations, I'd like to offer what I can to her. I mean, it's not
So
She
got
takes
like-
it.
it's not
Probably about 10
much.
pounds of rationing.
It's not much, but it can feed you slightly till you find food. That's not us.
We hunt others. No hunt you.
And we're sorry for hurting you. We were just trying to survive.
What do you know about a tournament of souls?
Have you seen lots of fighters coming this way?
The gathering to the south?
Yes.
They take most mountain range there. We not welcome no more. We lose home. Hence why Blackfeather moved north.
We took you home.
Tournament.
The big ones.
Big ones. The giants.
The Greyskins. Very big, very strong. We try to fight them.
Like the lions, right? Giants.
They wear gold bands, white cloths. Very strong.
Greek.
With
I wasn't serious.
what they did, they kicked
No, I
them.
wanna
They
make-
kicked them out where they're from.
Yeah, they pushed them out.
Forced them north, which caused them to have the run-in with Godfeather. Alright, well, I don't remember what this monster was called, so it's okay. You guys are good. Is there anything else that you'd like to ask her before she flies off? Michael, your book is dying. It needs a hug.
Yeah, well, hug it.
It's kind of like a computer that we know. What's that computer? I'm in constant pain.
I don't remember what it was.
I'm gonna thank Cirrus?
Silas.
Silas.
Don't just you weren't even listening. Do you even know your character's name?
No,
It depends on
we
the
know
day.
the answer. Unless the name's Caleb or Jaden, no.
What is it? Father Matthew?
Oh!
Yeah,
Yes,
but
that one real quick, too.
see that got a smirk.
Thanks, B-Desk.
What happened?
They subscribe with Twitch Prime.
Oh,
thanks.
That's awesome.
Don't forget to secrete.
To creep.
Yeah.
Smash that motherfucking follow button.
Ring that bell.
We don't have a bell here. We need a bell.
Clutch that bell.
She looks and she goes, they hollow out mountain. They gathered lots, big numbers.
Where?
South, near Pointed Heads.
Thank you.
Me go hot now.
Keep eye out.
She launches herself into the air.
Gonna look over to Amma. Your girlfriend has a bunch of kids. I don't think you're ready for that responsibility.
I've raised kids before.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
A couple hundred years ago, next little village, just around worshipping me.
Tell me about Fennec.
I didn't help raise Fennec.
You were around for Fennec.
No,
Fennec said he knew you fairly well.
he did. And the visits. Griswold put Fennec in an orphanage.
Information there.
He was raised by the followers of Pelor. We'd stop by every couple of years, check and see how he was doing. A whole lot of rah, 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 you abandoned me, rah, 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 why don't you love me?
You're still doing that.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean,
To be fair,
we had fun.
Who?
Me and Griswold went on adventures, fought monsters, saved people.
I'm gonna start moving.
Alright. So you guys are heading south, down the cloud steps, towards the spiky heads.
I love her dad.
Alright. We will call it for tonight. Yet again, I don't have access to anything over here. So if somebody wants to kick on the computer, we can see where we're at for a giveaway. I don't know how many people entered. Did we get a lot of entries?
I was only in the chat halfway through.
So real quick, while we're getting everything loaded up, please enter the giveaway. Type !raffle. It'll get you entered in for a chance to win a pair of Die Hard dice. I believe we still have the glow-in-the-dark ones. I need to check to be 100% sure.
I don't think we have any more.
But if not, we will either order more or we will get...
Somebody claimed those.
Those are Julia's. She claimed those ones.
But I don't think those are glow in the dark.
Those aren't glow in the dark. But we do have Die Hard dice still to give away, and if anything, we will order more. We do mail out all the orders on the first Monday closest to the 16th.
Oof.
What? What? What are you oofing?
Oh,
Because I'm a subscriber and I did it just to do it.
Yeah, it enters you in for 5 raffle tickets.
My bad, guys.
So we will, we'll deal with that when time comes. Go down to Chrome.
I just wanted to, make sure there was enough people.
Well, now there certainly is.
Maybe. We'll see.
I mean, it's not like I'm going to take
Dude, click it.
the dice.
Click it, and then go up top to dashboard where it says. Nope. Up top at the other window. The tab.
Oh my god, I can almost close it out.
And then click giveaways. How many entries do we have? I can't count from here. I see a lot of Aaron.
I think we need one more.
Yeah.
We're at 6?
Okay, it is 6.
Alright, I'll roll
Can't
this one.
count. Oh, ooh.
Do I hit before here?
You have to click close entry. So give everybody 2 seconds. Make sure if you are watching, please make sure you subscribe or enter the raffle now. We want to give away dice to.
Can you do it more
And in
than
order
once?
to enter the raffle, you put
What?
a...
Can you enter it more than once?
I mean, enter every single stream.
Point raffle.
Do it again. Do it again.
Was it? Who was it?
Type in
Don't say it.
exclamation point raffle.
Who was it? Forsaken?
X-Men?
No, I don't know who that is. Forsaken's won twice, back to back.
B2B.
will it be a third time?
All right.
Back to back, and he got the whatchamacallit, the top tabling dice bag that Becca made.
That one limited edition bag.
Yeah, we gonna make some more eventually. I'm either gonna teach myself how. Just looking me off means I'm learning how to sew.
Don't touch my sewing machine.
I'll use the girls. They love me. They'll let me borrow their things. Oh, my back keeps on sticking to the wall where the glue is. All right, click close entries on the far right of the screen. Hopefully everybody that's here entered. Click it, and then click pick one.
Wait, I didn't enter.
Fuck you. And if it's Becca, boo, we redo it.
Tyler Houlihan.
Oh, look at that, Tyler.
Yay, Tyler.
Good job, buddy. We'll get those mailed out to you here probably Monday. I'll do them. So, unless I have to order more dice. If I have to order more dice, there will be a slight delay on that one.
Jesus, you're right there.
That was surprisingly impressive.
Was it?
Yeah, I threw it, bounced off my shoulder, landed in a dice box.
Oh no, I watched.
I'm great. All right. Other than that, bye, Internet. We will be back here Monday.
Yes, we stream Monday.
TNA.
Yes, we are back
I
here.
won't be here.
We won't be here on Friday because it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we won't be here on Friday because it's Valentine's Day, but we'll be back on Monday for this campaign.
Yep.
We might be down a block. We are down a
We
block.
are down. Life is working.
Next weekend, yeah.
Saving lives.
Dreamers is Monday, Storm is Thursday.
Slinging nebs.
Eating churros.
Are we?
That was one time.
What's up?
He's jealous.
Yeah.
I got cherries
No,
at
we're
work.
gonna do water deep, right?